breakout will occur. Here's what they write. Inaccuracy, injuries, and coaching instability derailed Trevor Lawrence's 2024 season. He finished with a 73.8 passing grade and a career-worst 3.9% turnover-worthy play rate, while missing 7 of Jacksonville's final 8 games. Since then, the Jags have overhauled their leadership structure, signed multiple veteran offensive linemen, and assembled what could be one of the league's most dynamic receiving duos in Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter. If Lawrence returns to full health, he's well-positioned for a strong bounce-back campaign in 2025. I think that pretty well sums up where my mood is, where my vibe is heading into the remainder of this offseason and training camp, which is now literally just around the corner. Some of the other names on this list will be interesting to look at a little bit later. Perhaps we'll do that coming up in a football fix. The college baseball regionals begin at the end of the week. Florida heads to Coastal Carolina. FSU is, I think, the number 9 overall seed. They are a host. Maybe they're the 8. I'm not sure, but they are a host in their super regionals. I was going through kind of a column here that was listing some of the toughest regionals, some of the picks. I tell you, the one thing that's coming across here as I scan down, and again, by no means am I a college baseball expert. I was really looking for some keywords here in my search. I was looking for Florida. I was looking for Florida State. I was looking for toughest regional to see if it were, one that would involve our local rooting interest, and it's not. I got one nod here to Knoxville, as a top draw, one of the hardest draws. I got Oxford, where Ole Miss, that gets a vote as the toughest regional. Clemson, a vote as the toughest regional. Florida plays at Coastal Carolina, so they dodge any of at least what was ranked here as the top 3 toughest regionals. I tell you another thing that kind of surprised me, but the picks for national, this is basically 3 experts, and the pick for national champion, 2 of the 3 went with Arkansas of the SEC, which, hey, look, there have been a handful of SEC teams that have bounced, around the top 5 and at times owned the top overall number 1 ranking. I'm a bit surprised that the pick is Arkansas. They view Arkansas and LSU maybe as the 2 most complete teams. I also get a vote here for North Carolina out of the ACC. Let's take our first time out. I still got camp chatter I want to go through as I'm kind of thinking more about some of what Liam Cohen is sharing with us as this offseason process continues, and they just install a little bit more. They see a little bit more. They expect a little bit more. So we'll get into that. Some more NFL news. The NBA draft deadline has come and gone, and buddy, it couldn't have gone any better for your Florida Gators, the defending national champs. Some updated the top 25 rankings, and I kind of alluded to this week when Condon's return wasn't official, but it sure felt like that's where it was headed. Now that it is official, it repeats in play. Dollar to a dime, it won't happen. But Todd Golden has done a real amazing job of replacing, a veteran-laden, veteran-led backcourt, and now that responsibility is going to be assumed by a front court that is loaded and experienced, and quite frankly, all 4 guys are still on the improvement. So, it turned out to be a really good month and a half for Todd Golden and his Gators since winning the national title. All right, we're up and running. 641-1010. That's the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. It's a custom Tree Surgeons Thursday on The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Join the 1010XL Podcast Network.
Okay, excellent show, everyone.
Now you can find all your favorite 1010XL podcasts in your platform of choice.
Are you ready to step up to luxury?
Check out the power of our exciting 2025 lineup, including the Lyric, IQ, Optique, and the stunning Visti.
With over 15 electric Cadillacs in stock and more on the way, it's the perfect time to trade in your Tesla and embrace luxury with a twist.
At Randy Marion, there are no tariffs. Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville, and see why our electric lineup turns heads.
Don't miss out. Drive Cadillac. electric or gas. We have both. Plus tax tag title $9.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
This summer, get ready to rock like never before. The Jacksonville Rock Orchestra brings the thunder with an electrifying night of Led Zeppelin like you've never heard it. Live at the Florida Theater, June 4th. Cashmere, Whole Lotta Love, and Stairway to Heaven reimagined with the full power of a rock orchestra. Led Zeppelin, orchestra style, only in Jacksonville. Get your tickets before they're gone at floridatheater.com.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here. Summer heat is on the rise, but don't sweat it. Big Chief Tire has your back with $50 off all AC services. Whether your system needs a quick recharge or a full repair, their expert team will keep you cool and road ready all season long. With 5 locations across Jacksonville, trusted service is always nearby. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your AC service. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Okay, here we go with our final lightning round on Potty Talk. Top 3 answers on the board. Ready? Okay. The best way to save money when your faucets or pipes are leaking.
Roland Reese Plumbing?
Something to help you avoid clogged sewers and drains.
Roland Reese Plumbing.
The technical term for that ba-whoosh sound when a toilet flushes correctly.
Roland Reese Plumbing.
Roland Reese Plumbing is always the right answer. Roland Reese Plumbing, 260-7059.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser start the week by giving the ball to the best back in Duval.
And off, Fred Taylor.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein & Robbins DUI Defense Firm and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
I'm Drew Scrimshire, president and publisher of the Jacksonville Business Journal. In business, timing is everything. That's why every morning at 8:15, our morning edition delivers the most important business news straight to the inboxes of Jacksonville's decision makers, executives, entrepreneurs, investors, and industry leaders. Want to know what the First Coast power players are reading before they start their day? Join them. Subscribe today to the Jacksonville Business Journal Morning Edition at bizjournals.com/Jacksonville.
Enhance your home with Renewal by Anderson's superior craftsmanship and timeless design. Right now, buy 2 windows or patio doors and get the third at 60% off. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires May 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
For the greenest, luscious lawn on the block, choose the local legends, Roundtree Sod. Don't just settle for ordinary. Let Roundtree Sod deliver you a picture-perfect lawn. To get a free estimate, call 7414-SOD. 7414-SOD. You'll always feel good when you send someone a Kuhn Flowers floral or plant arrangement. This is JJ with 1010XL, and no matter what the reason, Kuhn Flowers has always come through for me. Order online at KuhnFlowers.com.
When it comes to towing products, your safety is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Ackerman Cancer Center is celebrating a major milestone this month, treating their 3,000th patient with cutting-edge proton therapy. For excellence in cancer screening, diagnosis, and treatment, trust Ackerman Cancer Center. Learn more at ackermancancercenter.com.
Where does Northeast Florida buy cars?
Arlington Toyota. Mia here, and why Arlington? Selection. Arlington has over 800 new and used vehicles all in one location with everyday low prices. Plus right now, save big with 0 down and just $288 per month for a pre-owned 2023 Toyota Corolla. Or how about no payments till January 2026 and 60-day exchange. Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter-mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, back here on the drill, the NBA deadline for entering the draft is come and gone, so players have made their decisions and rosters are now settled. So college basketball top 25 rankings are, quote, way too early type. I guess you could still have some minor shuffling, but I think for the most part, the NIL deals have been agreed upon. The rosters are set, and man, it sure has changed a bunch from what the Florida offseason looked like with the 3 veteran guards gone, Condon in the draft process with a pretty good chance of staying there. Then you had Denzel Aberdeen transfer, and it looked like, wow, the Tommy Houck and, who? And, man, it sure switched from there. They got 2 great guards in the portal, 2 two-way guards that are going to impress you. They added some other role players in the portal, and the big men have all come back, including Condon most recently. I was reading a column here, winners and losers from these last-minute decisions. Winner, Florida, as they write here, primed to make another title run. The reigning national champion saw its starting front court of Alex Condon and Ruben Chinyelu withdraw from the draft to return to school. Their return solidifies Florida's front court depth as the best in the country. That group gave opposing teams nightmares in the tournament. Add in transfers Boogie Fland and Xavier Lee, and you have a team capable of making another title run next year. And to that end, I'm looking at, again, some of these top 25 polls. CBS polls, by the way, that if you looked before these transfers occurred and with the big men still in the draft analysis part, in some, Florida wasn't even in the top 25 as defending national champ. So keep that in mind. As I tell you, CBS has them number 6 on 3 all the way up to number 4. Fresh off a national championship, they write Todd Golden promises to get a large portion of his front court back this season. They lose a lot at guard, restocked in the transfer portal with multiple big splashes, got depth at a pair of top 50 recruits on the way as well. So there they are, number 4 there, in the top 10 everywhere. Certainly will be a favorite to go to the Final Four. Now, look, recapturing that magic. And what Walter Clayton did, buddy. Nobody, you're not recreating that. It'll have to be a different team effort. It was really, really hard to repeat as champions for a long time. Duke did it in the early 90s. Didn't happen again until the Gators did it in 06 and 07, and then not again until UConn in 23 and 24. So again, the odds of Florida following up. By the way, if you're wondering who some of the really good teams positioned for next year, here's who I'm seeing in a lot of these top 5s. I'm seeing a lot of Houston, a lot of Purdue, a lot of Duke, a lot of St. John's, and a lot of Kentucky. Seeing a lot of those teams up there around that high water mark that now includes the defending national champions after what has been a really, really, really super productive offseason for Todd Golden, who got that contract extension. We also got a little bit of news trickling out as to some of the details of that contract extension. They have left the door pretty pain-free and open for Todd Golden if he wants to try the NBA. The buyout at the college basketball level is severe, as it should be. I don't think Todd Golden would leave Florida for another college job. It does. You have a program that you just proved what it can be. But the buyout for the NBA, and Golden even went so far as to say, he's honest, upfront, transparent about it. I don't know, that's something I might want to do later down the road. I want to keep those opportunities open, and no complaints when you're going to go down to and you see a banner hanging, it says national champs. 3rd one for Florida in the last, 17, 18 years. That's amazing. Amazing. All right, let's get into into some Jag camp chatter, and let's start with your head coach, Liam Cohen. Look, a big question we have here until the season starts is, how do you manage Travis Hunter, right? And certainly I would be in agreement that the offensive side is the one that is going to be a little more nuanced to digest. The defensive side is not going to probably have the bogged down effect of the playbook like perhaps the offensive side could have. They're seeing this kid, at least the chatter down there from inside. They're seeing improvement every single day, from the small things to the big ones when it comes to Hunter. But at least through these OTAs and into training camp, the immediate plan, Liam Cohen was asked if Travis Hunter is going to have days where he practices on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I would say so. In season, he's going to probably have to, just because it's the way that practices are kind of organized. He's definitely going to have to do that, right? Like, I envision maybe a third down day in season where obviously he's playing receiver, but he's also going to have to go get some reps on defense and be able to do some of those things. So it will come up, absolutely. Just from the teaching and the initial stages of it, don't really see that being something we'll do anytime soon.
Yeah, so that was following up a question, and he's not going to do it in the OTAs, and I don't think you would. That's a game planning decision. I think you can just throw Travis Hunter over there for 5 minutes a day just to keep his feet wet on that defensive side of the ball, get him to game day, and it like practice week during the season, it's a big difference. You're game planning, right? So, yeah, you would need him on the field defensively at this time of the year through what they're doing and trying to accomplish. It'll be interesting when we get to the dual workouts, ET. They have dual workouts out with Miami.
Yeah.
Right? It'll be interesting to see even in the preseason, although I think they'll probably just keep him under wraps, wouldn't you? Probably just play him on offense in the preseason, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
But I wouldn't mind seeing him match up against the Cheetah, my man.
Especially after that trash Cheetah was talking on the internet.
What happened?
There's just a social media clip where somebody asked Cheetah about Travis Hunter. How does he think he's going to do in the NFL? And Cheetah said, quote unquote, he's going to be but in another way. Yeah. Well, all right.
Huh.
Okay.
That's a little aggressive.
Yeah, very.
It's fair to expect a learning curve, right? That's fair. We'll see. I know this, man. The Jaguars got a guy in the draft who, when everyone was putting together their comps for offense, they put his comp as Justin Jefferson, and for defense, they put it Patrick Surtain. Pretty good starting spot.
I ain't mad at that.
You know who they're quietly. Listen. This is a hard sell for me. I'm not right now at 6:30 on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday selling you De'Ami Brown as a weapon waiting to happen. I'm not doing it. I'm telling you that's what they hope he is. They look at De'Ami Brown and that signing for 1 year, what was it, $10-11 million, as they view it as low risk, high reward. Now, the low risk definitely comes from you're only tied to it for a year. Pretty steep price tag, especially when you had to just eat all of Gabe Davis's. But the expectation down there is that De'Ami Brown, who started scratching the surface really in the postseason. I mean, he's been more productive in this past postseason than he's been in most regular seasons in his career. So what are you getting? I'll remind everyone that the fascination with Gabe Davis came because he ripped up a few postseasons. Gabe Davis had a postseason game against the Kansas City Chiefs that makes every other receiver look like child's play. Like 200-something yards, 3 or 4 touchdowns. So, yeah, I mean, you can put a lot of stock in a postseason and getting hot, but we shall see. I've heard, talking to people down there, I've heard why they think De'Ami Brown's career didn't shoot right out of the gate. So we'll see what they've discovered here. Is Liam Cohen on Brown in the passing game and in the plans?
He's been great, man. He's made a lot of plays. He's been really productive throughout this whole camp so far. Showing versatility to do maybe some things that, he hadn't put on tape maybe in the past or wasn't asked to do from his skill set standpoint. I thought obviously he was very productive towards, the halfway point of last year into the playoffs. And then you see that confidence continuing to go throughout this camp and this offseason. So he's been doing a nice job of being able to run vertically, but also, being the nuanced route runner and some of the daggers and in cuts and things like that. I thought he's been very locked in this entire time. I've been really impressed with the pro that he is.
Let's hope that playmaking ability flashes. We've just had such a dearth of playmakers around here. I'll give this new regime credit, man. They have struck. They have been aggressive. They made an aggressive move on the draft to get who I think is the best player in the draft, the guy who I think is the Jaguars' best player, is yet to play a game. That's how big a believer I am in Travis Hunter and the move up to get him. I think, if the Jags take care of a manageable schedule and do win 10 games and get back in the playoffs, and that first rounder that is attached to the Travis Hunter trade is number 24 next year, it'll age even that much better. Give him credit here for doing things that we have been screaming need to be done. This O-line has been trash. It needs to be rebuilt. 8 new offensive linemen in to compete. We've been saying it here since they let Arden Key go. We need a veteran third pass rusher. What are y'all not seeing here? Trent Baalke's house is on the market, I see, because of decisions like this one, or in this case, a non-decision, refusing to bring any veteran pass rush help. Well, they have this offseason with Emmanuel Ogbah, and they expect that addition to pay big dividends. Here's the defensive coordinator, Anthony Campanile.
I think that's an important piece because, that guy, when you go back at the end of the year, that guy has a ton of production for you. The next guy in, and Emmanuel's a guy that we gain a ton when he's out there on the field. Like I said, wealth of knowledge, great competitor. We have a really good player against the run and a guy that's had a lot of success in his career as a pass rusher. So, that was a really, really important piece for us.
All right, each NFL team's top breakout candidate going into 2025. We kind of started the show with that's an easy call here in Jacksonville, but some of the other names on that list, because it is, I will say this, if you're on a list as a prime prospect for a breakout, if you don't have one, I bet you your name hasn't aged real well. If we look back on some of these names at the end of the year, like I happen to take a quick peek and I saw there's another one that I think would fit in that, like Isaiah Pacheco-y. Right, he was the guy on the rise for the Chiefs. He was going to be their next big thing through injuries and otherwise. It just hasn't materialized. He needs a breakout year, or the Chiefs will go revamping that backfield again. Other names on that list, other news from the NFL with a football fix up and rolling. It's a custom Tree Surgeons Thursday on The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorcemenOnly.com studios.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Doubleheader today between the Braves and the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park after a rainout yesterday in Game 1. A.J. Smith-Shawver, the $1.24 dog against Christopher Sanchez of the Phillies. Minus 148, 8.5 under the total. In the nightcap, Chris Sale of the Braves, minus 102 against Zach Wheeler of the Phillies, minus 118, 7.5 under the total. Florida Gators open up the NCAA baseball tournament with East Carolina and Conway, South Carolina tomorrow. The Gators are the $3.45 favorite over the Pirates, plus 250. Florida State hosting Bethune-Cookman in Tallahassee tomorrow. The Seminoles, an $8.10 favorite. $250 bonus, and you open up a G-Bank Visa signature card. Visa.com/GBank. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Oh, no.
You okay in there?
Toilet's backed up. It won't flush.
Okay, I'll call the pros.
The tank isn't filling. The handle does nothing. Run for your life.
Don't be so dramatic. Duck Duck Rooter will fix it.
For any plumbing issue, call Duck Duck Rooter, your local plumbing professionals and proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. DuckDuckRooter.com.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
Jacksonville, Kia on Atlantic is open for business and the place to be this Friday. Taylor Dahl here from Helmets and Heels. Come see us broadcast from noon to 2 on Friday. Talking cars and incredible prizes. The first person to arrive in your own Kia during the live show wins a free set of tires. You can score club seats to a Jaguars game with a parking pass or tickets to see live and collected soul at Daly's Place. And they're giving away 2 free oil changes and 2 alignments. Off Atlantic near Kernan, noon to 2 at the new Kia on Atlantic.
Prosser here. Get those boats ready for the Dailies Old School Kingfish Shootout presented by Yellowfin. It's Saturday, June 14th in St. Augustine. The entry fee, only $250 if you register by May 31st at oldschoolkingfish.com. The grand prize, a Yellowfin Bay boat worth $125,000 and with limited boundaries, no bait buying, and no checkout. It is seriously old school. That's why it's the Old School Kingfish Shootout. A reason this is one of the most popular fishing tournaments. Go to oldschoolkingfish.com.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. You're on-road, you're off-road, now you're on the water. Greg, tell everybody what Coach and Honda is offering in the form of boats.
We've got the Honda boat, which is a great runabout fisherman. We've got the Coach boats. They're fantastic for getting out with a family. Nice lay-down beds, all with that legendary Honda motor on them.
Check them all out. They're waiting for you. You can see how you can be on the water with Honda or with Coach pontoon boats. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
It's kind of like his own private locker, and you're his guest.
Every time we talk, I'm reinvigorated by my love of the game.
Hey, it's Carline here. Find my blog at 1010xl.com.
Hayes Blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
The 2025 season schedule has dropped, and single-game tickets are on sale now. Be at the bank to watch Travis Hunter, Trevor Lawrence, and the Jaguars take on the biggest names in the NFL. Don't miss your favorite matchup and secure your tickets now by visiting jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. See you this fall, Jags fans.
Yes, sir. That's the best decision.
I love it.
One thing that separates Beard's Diamonds from those other jewelry stores at the town center, no one's paid on commission.
Nobody at Beard's is on commission. That's more of your corporate stores that pay commission.
Beard's owner, John Lupo, says that means no pressure, no hidden agenda, no extra markups.
And you're getting a better deal. You're not paying the corporate commission. You're not paying the salesperson's commission. If they're paying their salespeople commission, you're starting off in a hole.
And that's why you feel like a number at most jewelry stores, because it's all about making the sale, but not at Beard's.
Because it's a corporate atmosphere and they want to sell you what they want to sell you. We're here to sell you what you want. Our salespeople can do whatever they want to make sure that the customer is happy.
So relax. At Beard's Diamonds, they have all the things you want, like quality, education, selection, warranties, and none of the stuff you don't want, like pressure and tacked on commissions.
Nobody's making an extra 5 or 10% on Beard's customers.
Beard's Diamonds, the town center's only locally owned jeweler.
We sell better merchandise, better product for less money, guaranteed.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the Botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said, "Gone boating." But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations, Julington Creek, Jack's Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine, and over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing, or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the Botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
Are you struggling with hair loss? At IHRS, we understand because we've been there too. We're dedicated to finding the best solution tailored just for you.
My hair looks great. It was thinning and IHRS restored my hair. It's now fuller, it's thicker, voluminous. It's made me feel great.
With the latest technology and FDA-approved laser therapy, PRP, and non-surgical hair addition, we offer guaranteed solutions for men and women. With over 35 years of experience, IHRS found a hair restoration for us, and we can find one for you.
For me.
For me.
And me too.
Visit hairforme.com or call 904-777-IHRS. Get a free microscopic analysis and get to the root of your problem. This $395 analysis is yours for free. Call 904-777-4477 now.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I got a Dailies double take from the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. It's actually a double back. How many times everyone needs to hear it, but we'll say it again. By the way, man, if you want to get that kick and pimento as the sandwich of the month, you better hustle as May is coming to a close. But with June around the corner, I can already highlight, this is one of my faves. We've been doing the dash long enough, E, that we hit that sandwich of the month every month over the course of the year. Kind of get your faves. Obviously, I'm a Duval guy. Duval! But they've got this Italian ciabatta sandwich. On that ciabatta bread, man. God, that's delicious. But ham, capicola, pepperoni, provolone, lettuce, tomatoes, onions. Get that Italian vinaigrette, some of y'all out there. I keep it without that Italian dressing, but nonetheless, all on the ciabatta bread. Well, it's about time for me to order up. We'll get those coming in next week. And as for y'all, head on out there. And if you could swing by a Daily Stash this morning and catch one of the breakfast locations that's offering that chicken biscuit, thank us later. You can call the thank you very much line. ET will answer that one for you.
I'll let your boy.
Here's the double take, or as in this case, the double back. But again, these are words that have already been spoken. Jeff, hypothetically speaking, say Todd Golden takes an NBA job. Does your take about Florida basketball change? You said Florida basketball fans were wrong for running Mike White off, but proved you wrong when Todd Golden won it all just 3 short years. The Florida basketball standard was taken to a new level with Billy Donovan. Mike White was boring and not good. Todd Golden brought those standards back, and Florida basketball should expect that standard to be held. My response, yes. So there you have it. Yeah, my thoughts on what the ceiling is on Florida basketball has changed. Now there have been 2 people do it, and it takes a special guy. That is the part, I guess. And I guess there are more special guys out there. You just got to find them. I will maintain this. Just blindly lucky in Todd Golden. They literally hired a coach without interviewing him in person. So it is what it is. He's terrific. A much better coach than Mike White. And I know all you fans that wanted to replace Mike White, y'all that send these sanctimonious texts. I know y'all were all over Todd Golden. You all knew who he was, and that's who you wanted to be the next head coach. Or you'd never heard of the guy. That was the point. You want to run him off? That's fine. Go get me someone better. You have an AD that was able to do that. So that bailed Florida basketball out big time. In that Todd Golden was the perfect guy. Bruce Pearl was right. Bruce Pearl sent Florida a coach better than Bruce Pearl. and now Florida with a national title, and as we talked about last segment, is certainly platformed for a lot more good things this year. All right, a couple things to mention. Just superpower, I guess, down there in South Florida. The Florida Panthers are on to the Stanley Cup Finals for the second straight year. It looks like, in all likelihood, I'm not following this thing game to game, but I'm pretty sure in the West, Edmonton has a 3-1 lead already. Last year, it was Florida, Edmonton in the Stanley Cup Finals, and it looks like we're going to have a redo. Florida won that one a year ago. They'll be favorites to win it again this year, but dispatching of the Carolina Hurricane pretty quickly. I think 4-1. And so it will be the Florida Panthers and most likely Edmonton in a rematch of last year's Stanley Cup Finals. NBA has one of their finals teams set with Oklahoma City. They have just thumped everybody. They're the Oklahoma City Thumpers. They're just thumping dudes. They're thumping teams by 30, 40 points. They're beating the hockey sticks. And whoever comes from the East is going to lose 4-1, 4-2. They're a special team. They got 80 wins. It's like 5 teams in NBA history have comboed regular and postseason for 80 wins. I mean, they're just this is an amazing collection. They got the MVP, the best player in the league. They got 3 really, really good scorers, and they play defense like they wouldn't be any good offensively. And it's making for an awfully hard out one. I don't think any NBA team is going to pull off. I don't know. We'll see. It is the Knicks and the Pacers in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Final tonight. Listen, I'll be rooting for the Knicks. I want to see this thing extend on. I'd like to see the pressure ratcheted up on Indiana to give them, make them finish them off at home, lest a Game 7 await. All right, ET, fire up the band. We got a football fix. Brought to you by the Jacksonville Sharks. Sharks play tonight, man. They had a short week. They're on the road. We'll give you those outcomes tomorrow. But back home, right around the corner, you can get your tickets at jacksharks.com. And also brought to you by the Home Course, Joint Creek Golf Club. Tee it high and let it fly. Best value in golf. Course really good shape. I was out there yesterday afternoon, and the fairways are just blossoming with all this rain that we've had, or at least some rain that we've had. And they're really fun afternoon yesterday. So just call the folks over there at the Home Course. And we'll see you on the golf course. All right, let me get back into this. One bounce back candidate for all 32 NFL teams. Some of these are names that aren't going to be real familiar here, so I thought I would stick to some of the big names. Like, here's a bounce back candidate. If you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't know would be, but Roquan Smith. The loss of Patrick Queen, they say, affected Roquan early last year. Through week 10, he ranked outside the top 60 qualified linebackers in overall and coverage grade. He turned things around down the stretch, and they expect that level to continue. Joey Bosa looking for a bounce-back year as he goes with the Buffalo Bills. He's a little banged up, by the way. We've talked about that. He's not in camp right now. The Bears hoping for a bounce-back from DeAndre Swift. The Jags was an easy one. It was Trevor Lawrence. Dallas, same thing. They need a bounce-back from Dak Prescott. Jordan Love in Green Bay. Another one of those quarterbacks who didn't continue his growth a year ago. I think C.J. Stroud kind of falls into that. That was not who they went with on the Houston end. Trevor Lawrence, the pick here. The prediction for the breakout, it's Isaiah Pacheco in Kansas City. I would suggest he have a big year because Kansas City doesn't mess around. Here's one. Like, if you're sitting here thinking, well, your quarterback shouldn't be going into year X and be the breakout guy. Well, the breakouts come for different reasons, like from the injuries and whatnot. Like, Dak's been around for a while. How about this? Breakout candidate for the Rams. Matthew Stafford. Not breakout, bounce back. I'm saying this wrong. Bounce back, not breakout. Bounce back candidate. Labeling Matthew Stafford a bounce back candidate may seem odd, given his 24 touchdowns and 8 picks last year. But his passing grade was his second lowest over the past 9 seasons, and he basically had the exact same grades as Trevor Lawrence. 73.3 passing grade, that's what Lawrence had. 3.7 turnover-worthy play rate, Lawrence was 3.8. And there they are in the same category. For the Dolphins, by the way, I'll throw this one in as well. Jalen Waddle. You can almost see Tyreek Hill. He needs a bounce back in a big way as well. Then there are these teams. This is the list you really want to be on. The 10 most complete NFL teams for 2025. Now that we've gotten through free agency, the draft, and targeting our focus towards training camp, NFL.com has put together the 10 most complete NFL teams. At top of the list, your defending Super Bowl champs, Philadelphia Eagles. That does not surprise anyone. E.T., who is the second most complete team?
Second most complete team? Who Philadelphia's Eagles first?
Yep.
I mean, you know what? I'm going to say Kansas City.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is Kansas City.
Yeah.
You might want to say Detroit, but that defense can get lit up. You're watching what all right, so let's see what they go with. Oh, they go Ravens. Yeah,
okay, that's a good one.
Too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
By the way, we've done linebackers, we've done defensive ends. PFF also ranked the top 32 running backs. Travis Etienne barely made it in at number 32.
No.
Which is, we've seen him in the top 10 in some cases. He could be a bounce back candidate if he's here and he's getting reps. They got the Ravens as the second, the best overall. I brought up Travis Etienne in the running back rankings because Derrick Henry was ranked the number 1 running back still. Saquon Barkley was 2 in that PFF grade.
I can see that.
3 is the Lions. 4 is the Chiefs. So, the right neighborhood, wrong street. But,
okay.
Yeah, these are the squads. All right, now let's get it. Now it gets a little more questionable, doesn't it? Do we go Bills next, I bet?
I was thinking that.
I think we go Bills next. Let's see. Bills are number 5. Who's 6? Might it be the Washington Commanders?
Ooh.
Number 6. The Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, we forgot about them a little bit. Man, you got you're really counting on J.J. McCarthy to do what Sam Darnold did a year ago, aren't you?
Yes, they are. Mm-hmm.
Vikings are 6, and the Bucks are 7. Wow. The Packers are 8. Again, there's that NFC North, by the way. Packers, Vikings, Lions, all in the top 8. This speaks to the Jaguars' schedule difficulty. It looks like they would expect a bounce back year for San Francisco. They've got the Niners as the 9th best overall team. And number 10, yeah, this is a team up and coming. Quarterback really excelled a year ago. They've got a proven coach, Denver. Yeah, Denver, a well-rounded football team. That's Football Fix. Our well-rounded staff takes its full scope with the Hick and Rival next. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday on The Drill.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
There's more than one way to live forever. Gents, I give you the fountain of youth.
1010 XL.
Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at HodgesMazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, you know a good defense wins games, and a good fence protects your home. Frank Frangie here. Coil Fencing has been around the block since 1927. Literally, they probably fenced it too. From tough chain link to sleek aluminum fences your HOA will love, Coil is the name to trust. Nearly a century strong and still standing tall. Call Coil today. You can trust them. Call 904-356-4821 or visit coiljacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com.
Hey, Jacksonville Hicken here. I've been around the block or two, and Checkmate Coatings is who I'd call for my own place. They're my new MVP for stunning, long-lasting floors.
Brendan here with Checkmate Coatings. No massive overhead means top prices on top-quality pool decks, driveways, garages, and patios, too.
Visit CheckmateCoatings.com today. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Clay Solar Installation Partners, your local women-owned solar company. At Clay Solar, we're more than just panels and power. We're about people. We make the switch to clean energy simple, stress-free, and built to last. If you've had a bad experience with solar in the past, we can help. We specialize in dependable solutions and top-notch customer service, so you can finally enjoy the savings and sustainability you deserve. Schedule your free consultation at claysolar.com.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Want a simple way to boost your company's image without a big renovation? A fresh paint job in your brand's colors can increase recognition up to 80%. At Performance Painting, we help companies stand out with clean, on-brand finishes that impress clients and energize employees. From color consultations to low-odor coatings that won't disrupt operations, we've got you covered. Visit performance-painting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
Guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? TopDressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit TopDressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Is your backyard ready for the big leagues? Pick it here for Surfside Pools. Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, they have the home field advantage. Family owned and operated, offering weekly pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools make your backyard dreams a reality. Are you ready to float happy? Visit SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, your hometown MVP.
License number CPC 044080.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Awaken 180. Here in the Jacksonville Jaguars' second week of OTAs, head coach Liam Cohen reflected on his transition from his previous role as offensive coordinator to his current position as head coach, emphasizing the broader scope of responsibilities that come with leading the entire team.
You got to spend your time in a lot of more places, right? Where you're typically, as a coordinator, you're so locked into what is in front of you in the script, making sure that you have the right plays in the right order and the right people in the right spot. Now it's a little bit more trying to go and make sure that you get eyes on each position group, connect with the guys out in the grass, make sure that they're, upholding the standard and the way we're trying to practice and do things. So it's a little bit more broad, I guess, scope.
Liam Cohen at OTAs. It's 75 degrees at 6:58. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
10XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
You know it! You know it! Yes, sir! Woo! Woo! Did it! Get low, get low, get low, get low, get low, get low. What did you do? Get low, get low. Lil Jon rocking.
That is one.
Huh?
I think that is Lil Jon. He threw a blind one. He got one. I thought sure he'd go Bone Crusher.
Right?
Lil Jon. Lil Jon right there.
Yes, you're right. That was.
I know my guys.
He's with somebody. Who's he with, you think?
Yeah. Who's Jon and who?
Who's his girlfriend?
Yeah. No, who's he with there? He's collaborating with. All they do is collaborate anymore. Nobody has a single career.
Oh, for sure.
Lil Jon featuring Ye.
Okay.
Oh,
no. Yeah, no. I don't think Ye would be. He wouldn't be the one being featured.
Oh, okay.
He with the East Side Boys, man.
East Side Boys?
Come on, man.
East Side? East Side of where, by the way? Where are they?
East Side of Atlanta.
Okay. East Side of Atlanta.
Okay.
Damn it.
I like the East Side Boys.
Yeah. Yes, you do. You're a big ATL guy.
Is Lil Jon the Kool-Aid guy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
We have a massive Oklahoma State, I assume, grad and fan on the text line. So
Congrats to you.
Shout out to your
Natty.
Cowpokes. That's a good golf program, obviously. Ricky Fowler and Hovland most
12th one.
recently. 12th one, yeah.
12th national
That's a dynasty for sure. Are they the college golf dynasty?
Does
Does anyone have that many? I mean, Stanford with the Tiger and some of what they've done. I know Texas has had a good program. Florida's got a bunch. Georgia Tech's got a good program. I wonder. I'm going to look that up. You can continue with Dan time, and I'll give you some answers.
It had been a while. I know
I'll
that.
be Stat Boy here. I'm going to do Stat Boy.
Yeah. And I know that one of the Keenies went there, right? I think they hadn't won one for a while, though. It had been a while.
It was, I think Hunter Mahan is Oklahoma State.
Oh, Ricky. There's a lot of them, but I'm just saying.
The Keenies were Oklahoma State. I don't know.
I don't know.
I just read this story how the last time they won, I think the current coach was a player for them, and they had a mantra, and they brought back the mantra. It was good. It was a good story. It's a nice story, and they dominated and won their national championship in golf. So congratulations.
There's different eras, stroke and match play. They Houston has the most. 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 62, 64, 65, 66, 67. They went UCLA on them. Haven't won one since 85, which would probably be like Fred Couples back even before then. Oklahoma State has 12. Stanford has 8.
Yeah. So
Florida
Oklahoma State, I think Oklahoma State beat Tiger and Stanford for one of them.
Wow.
I think.
Florida has 5. So that's third, tied with LSU. Well, you got 16 for Houston, 12 for Oklahoma State, 8 for Stanford, 5 for LSU and Florida.
LSU's won 5, huh?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know that. Did you know that?
Although this says Georgia Tech with none. Is that right?
Duval didn't win one? I thought.
That's what I did too. They must have individual. I mean, I thought Tech won at Bandon Dunes a couple of years ago, but maybe that was just their individual guy won. That may be what it is. Anyhow, Oklahoma State. I just was going to throw a little shout out to the text line.
Yeah,
fan.
Yeah, for sure. The social media stuff is great, but like when I read something like this, I wonder, where does it come from? How does it who started it?
Okay.
That
was me.
These are the dangers of
irresponsibility.
OTAs.
Okay. What do we got now?
By the way, I got more of the Shador, Dylan Gabriel, and all they're doing is
just throwing.
They're getting a snap and throwing it out with nobody covering
silly.
them. And they'll say something like, there's no question that Dylan Gabriel will be the starting quarterback. The velocity on this football is so much better. Shador Sanders showing why he's the best and blah, 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 blah.
Well, we lived that last year to the max with J.J. McCarthy.
Right,
whoever was watching was giving you opposite.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got this one from NFL Rookie Watch.
Rookie
NFL
Watch,
Rookie
okay.
Watch.
All right.
NFL Rookie Watch is reporting. It's social media's premier source for NFL rookies and prospects. Follow for daily news, it says.
Oh.
So this must be news.
Sourced.
Travis Hunter's personality is going viral for being the exact opposite of Brian Thomas Jr. Several fans are reportedly, quote, fed up with Hunter's bubbly personality and want to see him fully focused on football as Brian Thomas Jr. has seen. Quote, don't bring that Colorado energy to Jacksonville, end quote. Quote, this was cool for a little bit, but you can tell BTJ wants him to lock in, end quote. Quote, it's in his blood to go for clicks over wins. Get used to this, end quote. Despite the recent hate, Hunter has reportedly made, quote, serious progress in his route tree and is starting to see some defensive work. Fans need to chill and let Travis be Travis.
There is no such fan pushback against Travis Hunter
we seen
in this
any of
town.
that? Heard any of that?
None of it.
Zero. Absolute zero. Nothing. E.T., are you on the gram at all?
Like who's?
Oh, I'm heavy on the
Who
ground.
said that? Quote, don't bring the...
Go. Telvin, something's happening with Telvin on the gram.
Oh, man, I don't follow that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I almost hate to check in on Telvin anymore when we hear anything, but yeah, just see if there's anything there. I don't know. Somebody sent it in. It's Lil Jon and the East Side Boys featuring the Yin Yang Twins.
Yin Yang Twins,
Oh,
baby.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought I heard the Yin Yangs in there.
Yeah.
I didn't
Right.
want to say it because
Yeah.
E said it was the East Side Boys, and I said, okay, well, he knows.
Well, I think that's Lil Jon's group is the East
But
Side
I
Boys.
thought for just a second, wait a minute,
Is that correct?
that the Yin Yang?
Isn't East Side Boys Lil Jon's group?
That is correct.
Yeah, so featuring the Yin Yang Twins.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
That was
Just
good.
learning. I mean, and one of these days he'll play Bone Crusher and you'll be right that day too. It's like the old broke clock axiom.
Well, the day he does, I'll guess, one of the Lils.
Yeah. Lil's always the betting favorite. I mean, Vegas always has your prediction starting with Lil something. You'd be hell on a Family Feud. 100 people survey. The top 5 answers on the board. Lil blank.
That would be a good
You
one.
wouldn't know what to say. You'd have 12 answers. You'd be stepping over your teammates and everything else.
Yeah.
Do you where is your confidence meter, your optimism meter? What's your approach here? Do you dare not really get hopes up and you just watch with cautious optimism? Where are you on your Knicks tonight, trying to keep the basketball season alive?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't think we'll go the way of the T-Wolves.
Okay.
I don't, but Cat may not play.
Really?
Yeah, I remember he banged his knee at the end.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, if he didn't play, then that'd be a problem. Because the role players haven't shown up.
No.
Like they did in the earlier part of the postseason.
So I'm not real confident going in. Like I said, fight like heck, try to extend it, and see what happens. But
like I said, the only little bit of weirdness that's going with me, it's been a season of the unbelievable comeback in the NBA. It's always been about the games. We haven't had an unbelievable series comeback. These playoffs have not been dramatic to that end. We've had a few that have got extended, bouncing back and forth, but most of them have been 4-1, 4-2, easily taken care of.
Yeah. I hope you're right.
What year do you think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is in?
I think he is in his 5th year.
Yeah, 7th year for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Michael Jordan, 8th year when he won his first NBA title. It takes time. And I say this could speak. I'll say this about Anthony Edwards. Just finished his 5th year. Y'all settle down. It's not playoff hardened. He's got nothing. One thing you notice about Minnesota when they get to the finals, he's got nothing, dude.
Oh, to help
that
him.
team stinks.
Yeah.
Right? When Naz Reid is your second best scoring option? Because Julius Randle, buddy, no.
Yeah.
That is not who you're saddling up to go robbing on a title
I watched
run.
Julius Randle for a bunch of years. He's been on a bunch of teams. He's
spurty.
He's a good player.
Yeah, he's a good player, but he's not.
He's had his spurts a good way because he's had some nice moments.
Yeah, and more than a game. I mean,
there are times where he plays like an all-star.
Yes, for sure. He's been an all-star.
But he's not consistent enough to do that.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
But so Edwards only year 5. He's gotten better every year. My point is, and you could apply it to all other sports. Josh Allen, does he have a Super Bowl?
No.
Joe Burrow?
No.
Just go down the line. It is hard, man. Peyton Manning was it year 8 when he won. It is hard, dude.
It is hard.
But this is more of a layoff of Anthony Edwards, bro. He's taken this team to the Western Conference Finals back-to-back years, and he's like 22.
23.
Okay, 23. I think they'll be he desperately needs another star, though. He's not had one. A star.
Minnesota's hard, too. It's a place, it's an obscure
He'll
post.
He'll probably end up starring in for the Heat, won't he? Isn't that what ultimately happens? Anthony Edwards is a member of the Heat or the Lakers or Golden State. No one wants to go to Atlanta. It's the damnedest thing, man. To play basketball. It would seem like a natural want-to-go place. It's great for culture,
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go to Atlanta.
I just don't get it.
The East Side boys like Atlanta.
Sure they do.
Oh, they do.
And the Yin Yang twins, for that matter.
Yes, sir. All Atlanta natives. Yeah.
What about T.I.?
Atlanta native.
That's right.
Okay.
Huh?
Futurist.
Future.
What about the Migos?
Atlanta. Okay.
Do you want me to keep going, or should we stop?
What about where's Post Malone from?
I don't know where dog.
Yeah, I don't either.
He's got.
I know he was hanging with Future. He opened for him for a while. I would know that because I've been to that show. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, Posty. Yeah,
I've been two Posty. I've been to a Future. I mean, I got you covered. Here, I've gotten an advert from the Jags to book my official Jaguars London trip.
Oh, wonderful.
Sure.
Posty from New York, by the way.
Yeah, that feels
darn right. He is.
Feels right.
Our Dream Finders Homes poll question today brought to you by our friends at Dream Finders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars, PGA Tour, the Florida Gators. Right now, you can lock in an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate in 15 different locations.
15?
Yeah, all over Jacksonville.
Ooh,
thank you very much. Just go to DreamFindersHomes.com. Tell them Dream Finders Danny sent you, especially you first-time homeowners. Listen, homes are affordable now. You can make it happen. They're expensive, but they're affordable. Real simple today. Real simple question. I'll give you 4 choices. Top 4. Everybody agrees on these 4. And so I just asked. I was just curious. Temperature check. Which one of these 4 quarterbacks would you want as your signal caller? Okay. You know the 4. He knows the 4. Okay. Anybody listening knows the 4.
Awesome. Good.
Allen, Mahomes, Jackson, and Burrow. Those are the top 4.
Okay.
Allen, Mahomes, Jackson, and Burrow. Which one would you want as your signal caller?
Is this a trick question?
No.
Yeah, I'll take Mahomes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take Mahomes.
All right. Because he ain't. He's going to take somebody else.
He's making a mistake.
Okay.
You could ask this question about Tom Brady in about 2008. Wouldn't have aged well or whatever when he was in that drought.
In that lull.
Yeah, that lull.
That's fair. I wonder if that's why Mahomes still gets that.
Mahomes is going to throw. Mahomes, I think it's going to be a message sending year for Mahomes. I think he's about to go ape crap and throw for about 5,200 yards.
I kind of thought he was going to do that last year. And he didn't. Would you do a?
But he gets Rice back and Worthy's getting better. I think they're going to light it.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Would you do a wheel spin that Mahomes wins another Super Bowl?
Oh yeah.
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 Okay.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. What say you?
He's what? How old is Patrick Mahomes? 27.
He's young. No, he's a little
older than that.
29 maybe. Let's look.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would. Yeah, 100%. I would take that.
Okay.
To be honest with you, to be fair, it would be 2. You'd have to put it at 1.5.
He'll be 30 in September.
You can't. Yeah, it'd be a dumb bet to bet against him winning one more in his career.
Yeah,
it could come anywhere. It could come, for the Cowboys in 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Say it. Say it.
El Boogie, come on down.
Yeah.
Huh?
Boogie.
I mean, you can take him. Probably not. I don't know,
He's
man.
a great quarterback.
Yeah, but it's hard to not go with Patrick Mahomes.
I don't. We're overthinking it. I think.
Yeah. You think?
I will say no. I think your poll question will go with the flavor of the day and the popping numbers and the hot guys. And I don't think Mahomes has got a big a lead as he should.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a really easy one.
These guys in last place.
I'd go Burrow if it weren't Mahomes. Like if you're giving me Burrow, Allen, and Josh
Jackson.
Allen's terrific. I mean, he is terrific. Is Mahomes the leader?
Yes.
Okay. Allen second.
Yes.
And Burrow's third.
Yes.
Yeah. I can. That makes total sense to me.
Lamar Jackson 5.8%. Joe Burrow 12%. Oh, just changed. Josh Allen 31.2%.
So he's getting,
Patrick Mahomes 51%.
Yeah, good. That's good. I think that's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's also what Mahomes has proven he can do. He doesn't need to be 5,000-yard passer, explosive offense. He can manage a team that's playing defense and running the ball if he needs to. The ego's not there. The relationship with the coach. There's a lot in his favor there, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The same thing as Brady, right? One reason Brady won all those titles, he could go win one for you, winning 13-3.
Yeah.
Or he could go win one for you, winning 42-38. He'd have these incredibly productive years and other years where you rode Corey Dillon and Willie McGinnis.
Hey, Stephon Diggs wasn't on the boat in Minnesota, was he?
No.
That was before his time,
yeah, that
right?
was well before his time.
Is what's this coach talking? Is he talking about video from the wedding?
No, remember the video of him on the boat with Cardi and all the girls?
Yeah.
Just recently, though.
Yeah, like this weekend.
Yeah, I thought that was from I don't know. I got my picture. That wasn't from someone's wedding. That was just on the boat.
There was a wedding on another boat.
Oh yeah, no, I know that.
Yeah, that was a random weekend in Miami. Now I see what the big fuss is about.
Yeah, we didn't see the pink bags being handed out.
And he wasn't at the first day of OTAs.
Yeah, that's a problem, man. That's a bust.
With the pink bag.
That's a bust. So what's what is the pink bag, by the way? What is it?
Is pink cocaine different than white cocaine?
What are we dealing with?
I don't know.
Are we doing some sort of
wrong person, bro.
some sort of like synthetic drug or something? Somebody tell. What are the pink crystals out there? Google, you degenerates on the text line.
Well, it could be anything, but yeah, he had like.
I don't think it was sugary.
I don't think
it was a sugar pack for their tea.
I mean,
pulled something out of his pocket. It was a pink substance.
In all honesty, bro, how dumb, man.
Yeah.
Either dumb or entitled. I mean, that's a cuttable offense, is it not? I've signed you in the offseason to be my A-dog receiver. You're sex yachting, drugging it up on the day of minicamp, OTA. Am I missing something? Is that old man?
I don't know if it was before. I don't know how the dates align. Like, in other words, I know he wasn't there, but I don't know if maybe the Patriots said, don't come to this,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how that worked out. I don't know how that
worked
worked
out. I was like, what's the big deal? Yeah, he's partying with a bunch of girls. And then I saw.
Right. Oops.
I just read the headline that Vrabel was going to talk to him, but what was Vrabel's reaction to?
He said something like, he has to make better decisions,
better choices.
Yeah. Will the NFL look into this as drugs, or is there just drug tests? And if you pass those, you're fine. Or no, is it that obvious, guys? Or is there any? I haven't seen the video. Yeah, just pink Himalayan salt. That's all you got to say. I'm very particular about my salt for my.
Is that what it was?
The actual degenerate says the pink powder is most likely Molly, not Molly McDonald, short timer.
Oh,
but Molly. What is Molly? Is that ecstasy?
Yeah.
Stefan Diggs is an idiot. I'm sorry. You're starting to tiptoe into that dadgum Tyreek Hill, Antonio Brown, that kind of territory.
You're not that good. You're not good. Not
just
anymore.
Stop it, dude. Quit it. Stop. Yeah, I mean, honestly. And by the way, they gave him some cash, as I recall. Didn't he get like a $20 million deal or something?
Somebody recently gave him some bread. Yeah.
Isn't it? It's Vrabel.
Was it the
Isn't
Patriots?
it the Patriots?
Yeah.
Because why would Vrabel comment? Yeah, but
they gave him some
He's
bread.
on the Patriots.
No, but I think he got money. Like
Got decent money.
$20 million a year money.
Nah, I don't think they broke the bank for him because
let me see.
He's coming off
More money than
ACL.
we thought he would get.
Yeah. He really became a sort of a little possession receiver, didn't he? With Buffalo?
Well, no, Buffalo, he still had that high yards per catch, I thought.
Buffalo, he was that man.
Bro, 3 years, $69 million, $26 million guaranteed. He got 23 a year from them.
Well, Well,
I said 20.
Well, I mean, that's still not what Jamar Chase got,
But at this stage of his career, and coming off of ACL, like,
Dude,
wait,
3
what?
years, $23 million is going to be top 10 receiver money, I bet.
See, this is my point, though. He went from 108 catches in Buffalo for 1,429 yards to 107 catches for 1,183. It was 11 yards a catch.
Okay.
So it came way down. Then with the Texans, it was 47 for 496, 10 yards a catch.
Yeah, they were using Nico Collins as the long guy
My
there.
point being, he wasn't getting, it didn't seem like he was getting down the field. Like one year, he had 17.9 for the Vikings back in 2019.
Oh, yeah, that's when he was getting down the field.
Yeah. But anyway. All right, we're just warming up. Got a lot to do. It's a busy Thursday here on The Drill. We're on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Downtime with Dan is serviced by the local family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
Sad news to pass along, and that's the passing of former FSU linebacker Bradley Jennings. Way too young, the age of 47. Just a Jacksonville guy. Obviously played football for the Seminoles and was a Miami guy. I think he went to Carroll City High School. Then went up to FSU, played there from, 97 to 2001, and was a tackling machine. And then settled in Jacksonville and had some sons who played football. He was known as Monster, I think, by those who knew him best. And number 44 for the FSU Seminoles. He will be missed greatly. He was coach over at Mandarin High School and made an impact on a lot of young folks' lives. So condolences to friends and family of Bradley Jennings, gone way too soon at the age of 47.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. When you want breaking sports news, tune in to 1010XL. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Or any of our social channels at 1010XL. Satisfied?
Hey, certainly facing interesting economic times, right? And hard to keep track of what's going on with the Dow. It goes up, it goes down, there's tariffs, there's this, there's that. You don't know what's going on, but that's why you find guys who do. Guys who can explain it to you. Guys who can put it in layman's terms. That's ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Listen, I'm not an expert, but they are. They have the expertise, they have the experience, they have the knowledge. You got a question, you call Chris Bryant or Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Janice Cobb, or Reed Wingate. Those are the ITP Partners. Those are the folks who do such a good job for us. And listen, they'll sit down with you. They'll listen to you. They'll develop a strategy with you where your goals become their priority, and they'll hit those goals. So get in the game, guys. Great time to get started. Easy to get a hold of. Chris at ITPpartners.com. Chris at ITPpartners.com, or call 312-9751, 312-9751. They're ITP Partners, and they're my financial partners for life.
As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
I'm Frank Frangie with the Nimnick Nugget. I'm glad Pete Rose is going into the Hall of Fame. But shame on Rob Manfred and Major League Baseball for waiting till after he died to do it. All you had to do it was 2 years ago, and he'd had a year to enjoy it. Instead, we all enjoy it. We shake our heads. When I saw today that he's going to get in, I don't know if I was happy or sad. I'm Frank Frangie for the Nimnick family of dealerships. Frank Frangie here. May is Military Appreciation Month, and Nimnick Buick GMC proudly salutes the brave men and women who serve and have served our country. As a thank you, we're offering an additional $500 off select new Buick and GMCs, and every vehicle purchased at Nimnick supports K9s for Warriors. Nimnick thanks you for your service and your sacrifice. Shop 24/7 online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Value your trade and customize your payment options in seconds. Visit the showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
When it comes to your utility bill, JEA wants to help you use less so you can save more. We offer a variety of free programs, like efficiency and irrigation assessments that'll teach you ways to conserve energy and water around your home. Our alerts will let you know when your utility usage has reached a set amount, and our rebates can help you save when upgrading to more efficient appliances and equipment. Find even more ways to save at JEA.com.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm 1010XL's media mogul, Dan Hicken, and before the weekend hits, I break down what to watch and where to be. Catch Musings with the Media Mogul on YouTube and Facebook, provided by Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. It's been a few months since they built my custom closet. Even my family is obsessed. And with Father's Day right around the corner, why not surprise Dad with his own custom garage workspace? Tool storage, workbenches, the whole works. Closets by Design creates custom solutions for every space, lifestyle, and budget. That includes Dad's. Call to schedule your free in-home consultation and receive 40% off plus an additional 15% off. Visit closetsbydesign.com.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. Did you know that mosquito bites could lead to heartworms for your dog or cat? When mosquitoes show up, pet parents want them gone. Terminix takes mosquitoes down fast, just like they did at my house for our pup. Terminix knows that pets are part of the family. They do what it takes to help protect them. When mosquitoes show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a mosquito problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com.
Hayes Carline here. If you're shopping for a new ride, you've got to check out Atlantic Infinity. Not only do you get a luxury vehicle, you also get the Atlantic Infinity Promise Free with every new car. That's almost $2,500 in added value just for buying smarter. And you don't have to sweat it out on the lot. Shop in their indoor, climate-controlled showrooms. It's cool, comfortable, hassle-free. They're on Atlantic near St. John's Bluff, or browse anytime at AtlanticInfinity.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it!
I'm just going to say that the opinions being offered up that just what exactly it could be, they get worse. They're not better from the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
We got a lot of experts.
2C. Spelling may be wrong. It's synthetic. Ketamine, ecstasy, and meth.
Okay. Oh, they're giving us the drug
Also
breakdown.
got this one. The pink cocaine is a mixture of cocaine, ketamine, ecstasy, and crack.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
That's some heavy stuff.
And then, should we give Diggs the benefit of the doubt? Maybe it was just sweet and low. Yeah, sure it was.
Yeah. Put that in the iced tea. All right, sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we like to hand out a prize pack. What are we handing out today? You got a razzle-dazzle?
I do. Hold on.
Oh, I caught him with something.
Man.
He went for a bite of a sandwich, I think.
While he finds that, I will
That's
mention...
what just happened there.
I will mention...
He heard you talking, and he said, I'm in the clear. He said, I'm taking a big bite of this juicy sandwich. He took a big bite of the juicy sandwich. I reverted back and caught him. It was a beautiful moment.
Hitting it hard in there.
I got a pair of tickets to see Jacksonville Rock Orchestra perform Led Zeppelin at the Florida Theater on June 4th. All you got to do is holler at your boy at the end of the 10-minute drill.
Thank you, friend.
We do have a speed trap and play out there. There's a couple that have been called in today, but JTP eastbound down at Southside right there, that little honey hole, keep those speeds down. I've seen them in a couple other places as well. So keep us all safe, keep those speeds under the limit, and there you go. That's a drill speed trap alert. Brought to you by Catlin Truck Accessories, radar detection, and more. You know what I loved as a kid, Dan Hicken, and they've all but disappeared from the game. I would say mostly due to greed. They mostly disappeared from the game, but man, when I was a kid, I just loved me a Twilight doubleheader.
Twilighter.
To get 2 baseball games in a day, man, it just felt like a gift. And every team scheduled, wouldn't you say 6 to 8 doubleheaders when we were kids?
Oh, great.
They would be scheduled as doubleheaders. The Braves have one today as they got rained out of a game yesterday. Now, the funny thing is, as much as I love a doubleheader, and I still do, it's lasted. I just love a doubleheader day. That flies in the face of it's not a good day for a baseball team. It's like the old cliche that you have. There's 3 possible outcomes to a doubleheader, and 2 of them are bad. You don't want to split. You don't want to get swept.
Yeah.
So the only outcome on a doubleheader day that is satisfying is a doubleheader sweep. And I'm here to tell you that the Braves won't be sweeping the Phillies today, as yesterday's game got rained out. But you do get a double dip. Of course, now these cheap so-and-sos, they'll play like a noon game, clear out the park, and do another one at 7. I don't know if that's how today's is.
They've gotten better at that.
Is slated, but that was always weak sauce that you would do one and then do a
clear
whole
out the park.
Yeah, have a separate second game you had to have a ticket for.
They've gotten better at that. The Mets game yesterday was moved up, which was terrible because of impending weather, and they've been smarter about that. That's for the players because, obviously if they're only coming to your city one time, you don't want to make them have to travel all the way back to play a game later on in the season. So instead, they knew it was going to rain hard. It was going to rain hard starting around 4, 5 o'clock, and it wasn't going to stop. So the game was not going to be able to be played. So let's play it at 1 o'clock. They knew that early enough, and so they did. Problem is, the Mets 3 times this year, and it's very frustrating for Mets fans, have a series 1, and then they just play like they don't give a damn against lesser teams. And it was the White Sox yesterday, it was the Pirates, and it's been the Marlins. 3 times they've had 3 afternoon horrible games where they just they're mailing it in, and it annoyed me.
That's frustrating.
And I sat there yesterday, and there's nothing worse than getting to watch your team. Oh, I got a little afternoon delight here, and they're done.
Well, the Braves
that stunk.
The Braves, I think, is like 130, 645, 105, 645. I don't know. Don't know if they'll clear out don't know if they'll clear the park in between, but
Twilighter.
We desperately need 2 wins here. It's just so old.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you're an Atlanta fan, and I used to be, it doesn't, ain't about to get easier. You got these. Oh, yeah, you got these 2 with Philly. Then you go home, you get 3 with Boston. Then you get Arizona's scuffling right now, so I'm sure they'll be right in about a week. Then you get 3 with Arizona. Then you got to go play 3 at San Francisco. I mean, finally, we get a home series with the Rockies. Father's Day weekend. We'll see. Is that Father's Day, the 15th? Do we know? Forgotten holiday? Anyone know?
No one knows.
Mother's Day, we have parades and gifts and ad campaigns. Father's Day, they just hope no one notices.
Who said this? Quote, I grew up with a lot of ghetto-ness in my life, so, I got a little bit of hood in me, but I also got some country to me, too.
E.T. said that.
The young boy from Green Cove.
That is a young boy from Green Cove.
Oh, no, said that.
That's Cam Scattaboo.
Oh, Scattaboo.
Scattaboo's with Giants?
Scattaboo's with the Giants, the G-Men. So he was pontificating on a podcast. So, the boys had a good chuckle on that one. Good chuckle on that one going over that. I saw this about Paul Skeens, and this is pretty impressive. Paul Skeens got a dub yesterday.
They're only 4-7 in his starts, I think I read.
Earned runs allowed through the first 35 career starts. Skeens 47.
Pretty good.
Put it in perspective. Pedro 81, Kershaw 83, Verlander 87, Clemens 100, Unit 102, Maddox 115.
Very, very impressive. There is a bit of a variable there. I need to know the innings pitched.
Yeah.
Because the other guys are going to give up more runs if they pitch significantly more. You're just going by starts. If some of and Skeens, to my mind, has been pretty much a workhorse, but innings would be a better comparison.
Skeens, in my mind, is out after 6 innings.
Okay, well, see, those guys probably were pitching more innings in their starts, so they're going to give up more runs because they're around longer.
Yeah, good point.
So the innings pitch might be at least a little more
perspective. But very impressive.
Oh, for sure. Anytime you put that's what I mentioned this with Oklahoma City. I don't know if you're paying attention to the statistical and historical context the Thunder are playing themselves into. I mean, if you think the Thunder aren't winning the NBA title, and I mean winning it easy, then we're all mistaken because they're at 80 wins now for the year. There's 5 other teams that have done that, and they're those, like the 71 Lakers team and that Sixers team that won 69 games back. Yeah, it's the Bulls, it's the Golden State. It's
not just they win, they
annihilate teams.
Beat teams good.
Yeah, well, they play the best defense in the league, and to do that with 3 scores, usually to play the kind of defense they play, Dan, it's because offensively you're no good.
Yeah.
So you got to play like
you're
at least limited, like the Pistons or the Knicks were in the 80s. Even.
If we go out tonight, I hope I'll be thundered up with everybody. The thing about the Thunder that's concerning, that's a brewing dynasty.
Yeah.
They're loaded and young.
Yeah,
and under contract.
Here's the counterpoint.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City's been sitting in this exact same spot. They were younger with Harden, Westbrook, and Durant on their way to an NBA Finals,
who did you
and never went back.
Okay. Harden.
I'm saying at the time.
Yeah. Psycho. Westbrook. Nut job. Durant. Crazy.
But I'm saying
SGA doesn't give off that vibe.
Yeah. No, he doesn't. Durant doesn't give off the crazy vibe. He's the SGA and Durant's vibe at this
He's
point.
got a burner account.
My point is when they were with Oklahoma City. When he was with Oklahoma City, for sure. I am not underselling. I'm like you. I would more tend to think that that stat that we had of 7... It'll be, 7 straight different NBA champions?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Thunder are going to put that to the test next year, I would say. I mean, they to your point, they do.
Do they have, they may have, I don't know this, do they have draft pick stockpile too? Or
I don't know.
So, I mean, but they're, because I know Shea Gilgeous, they're all young, man. Lou Dort, Holmgren's young, right?
Yeah, they're 20. No,
the Williams kid.
Holmgren's 22. Dort is, no, not Dort. Jalen Williams is 20.
What if this Case and Wallace kid takes off?
Well, he's starting to.
Yeah. I mean, they're a young team, dude. So, one other thing before we head off the break, shout out to Chuck Woods.
Yeah, I saw
Chuck
that.
Woods won 70, 65, 66, won by 3 shots over Vandy commit Luke Colton. Top-ranked Miles Russell was 7th. That's our guy. Chuck Woods couldn't compete with these kids, and he just went and beat them all.
Yeah, Miles Russell, to beat Miles Russell in a junior tournament. Now this is like he played some B field somewhere.
16-year-old class of 2027 recruit. Woods projected to jump from 606 in the AJGA rankings to 14.
Wow, good for him.
So
good for
was
him.
Competing on a sponsor invite, but now will be exempted to all the AJGA invitationals.
You know, it's funny you saw that because I saw that he won. And I meant to bring this up at one point. If you had to say right now, I'll do it. Will spin. It won't be. Do you think Charlie Woods win a PGA Tour event? I think I'd say yes, Dan. I do. I think I'd say yes. That's a big time win there.
It is a big
and
one.
He's going to be a big kid. He seems to have a great personality and mindset.
He's filling out.
He's handled all of the attention. I think
Daddy's got him on the Woods workout plan for sure.
I bet you he. And then I started wondering this. I know Gary Nicholas played pro golf. He didn't win a tournament, did he?
I don't think he won a tournament.
I don't think he did either. But he played a Masters. He was a decent player.
Yeah.
Who's the best
Of a legend?
Yeah, but it's got to be a legend, right? Like, none of them, like, Gary Player, none of them have a, there's no superstars like you see in other sports, father, son, but there have been certainly some that have played.
Yeah, that's a good, Sam Saunders is Arnold Palmer's grandson.
Yeah, but not father, son, but to your point, there's a little bit there. All right.
That's a good question.
And by the way, the golf will get teed off at the Memorial here this morning. We'll keep you up to date on that. They probably get a little later start because it's a limited field. Doc Murphy is next. 10-minute drill is in the books. E.T., you want to tell them what they won?
Oh, I got a pair of tickets to see the Jacksonville Rock Orchestra. They're performing Led Zeppelin at Florida Theater on June 4th. Holla at your boy right now, 904-641-1010.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
You may think you're an idiot, but with all due respect, I'm a much bigger idiot than you are.
Humble and self-aware.
Don't insult me, my friend. Remember who you're talking to. No one's a bigger idiot than me.
Mornings on 1010XL.
Do not buy a diamond at one of those big box corporate jewelers in the town center, at least until you go buy Beard's Diamonds and see what they can offer. Hey, it's Hicken here. Beard's Diamonds will give you a better price on a better quality diamond. Why? They're not beholden to Wall Street. They're beholden to us, the people of Jacksonville. And we should be beholden to Beards, the Lupos. They do terrific work, and they're there to serve us. It's the only locally owned jeweler in the town center. Beards has the best diamond selection in the region, too. No middleman prices on hand-picked diamonds, all shapes, all sizes. Top bridal designers, Tacori Viraggio. Their associates are real diamond experts. They'll teach you how to buy a diamond the smart way, like a dealer buys. We're lucky to have Beards here, quite frankly, and a refreshing alternative. You get it all. You got no compromises. You got the highest quality. You got personal service. You got no middleman pricing, and you got unbeatable guarantees, most importantly. It's Beards Diamonds, man. Locally owned and operated. Beards Diamonds, the only locally owned jeweler in the St. John's Town Center.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Prosser here. Get those boats ready for the Dailies Old School Kingfish Shootout presented by Yellowfin. It's Saturday, June 14th in St. Augustine. The entry fee, only $250 if you register by May 31st at oldschoolkingfish.com. The grand prize, a Yellowfin bay boat worth $125,000 and with limited boundaries, no bait buying, and no checkout. It is seriously old school. That's why it's the Old School Kingfish Shootout. A reason this is one of the most popular fishing tournaments. Go to oldschoolkingfish.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
If you're tired of weekend projects turning into weekend disasters, you're not alone. Building a fence isn't as easy as it looks. And let's face it, your neighbor still hasn't fixed his lopsided masterpiece. But Superior Fence and Rail makes it easy. Highly trained professionals, top quality materials, and a fence you'll love for years to come. Skip the stress and call the pros today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
I insist on complete honesty.
You can chime in anytime on the 1010XL text line.
Installed by Lifetime Flooring.
If you have something to say to me, I wish you would just say it.
Share your opinion.
Nuts?
What? 641-1010.
It's crazy.
Got a leaky faucet, AC blowing hot air, a funky smelling septic tank? No worries, Duck Duck Rooter has your back. We're your one-stop shop for plumbing, septic, and air conditioning, so you can stop juggling 3 companies and just make one easy call. Our expert techs are fast, friendly, and really know their ducks. I mean stuff. Call 904-862-6769 or visit DuckDuckRooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, AC, and a whole lot of quacking good service.
Hey folks, Frank Frangie here reminding you the 4th annual Dailies Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic is right around the corner. We sure appreciate our friends at Dailies, always making it possible, and appreciate so many of you who have played over the years. This year, we're back at Deer Creek Country Club Monday, June 9th at 9 a.m. with tons of prizes, auction items, and an awful lot of fun. You'll even meet some of our young walk-off players. Just go to walkoffcharities.com for more information. Can't wait to see you on June 9th at the Dailies Walk-Off Charities Golf Classic.
Cannonball!
Honey, someone's in our pool.
Oh, refreshing.
John, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Dave. Seeing as how me and the guys at Clearwater Irrigation reinstalled your sprinklers after the pool contractor ripped it out, I thought you wouldn't mind if I took a quick dip.
But in a Jaguar print Speedo?
Yeah, Dave. My bad. Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage, too.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
If someone you love needs a pick-me-up, then it's time to get serious about it and send them a Kuhn floral arrangement. RJ here with 1010XL, and you'll be assured of a quality delivery. That's for sure. Log on and order online at kuhnflowers.com.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise in towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is solely based on opinion. Coming up, the weekly Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF, the Jacksonville Icemen, and Northeast Florida area high schools.
You know him, you love him. Dr. Kevin Murphy's here now. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com for all your orthopedic needs. Doc, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah. I got my Knicks are on the cusp here, Doc. We're going to get eliminated tonight. I'm going to be sad, but it was a good year. It was a great year. Get to the Eastern Conference Finals first time in 25 years. But I got my big man, Karl Anthony Towns, late in the game. He goes down, Doc. He landed on his knee. They said he's questionable for tonight. He has a knee, and here's the word, Doc, contusion. Contusion, what does that mean? Is this just strictly a pain thing? And I tell you what, I tell the big cat man this, if it is strictly a pain thing, you better put your uniform on and play, because you've been telling me all series how this New York team's different and has grit.
What's that, a bone bruise, Doc?
Show me some grit. Show me some grit, Doc. Can he play or not?
That's a lot of weight coming down.
Yeah.
You know, you land on it.
It looked like it hurt. Don't get me wrong. He was writhing in pain.
Yeah, contusion, sure. There's degrees of that. It's a bruise, but it's a bone bruise probably.
Okay.
Which is a little more significant.
Those hurt.
You get an MRI and it lights up in the bone. It's all edematous, or there's fluid behind there where he's damaged the bone itself. The bone bleeds behind the cartilage. Mm-hmm. And that hurts. Just putting weight on it anyway.
Is that a candidate for a numb it up? Or no?
No,
you can't numb it up.
No,
gotta play
it's
through
in the bone itself. They put it in the joint. It really won't help a lot.
Okay. So is it just pain, though? Is that pain tolerance, or is it...
Yeah, like to a degree.
Doc, I got to be honest with you. If I'm Karl Anthony Towns and you're my doctor, I'm going to need a solid from you if I can't go. If I'm saying, Doc, I can't play on this, I'm going to need you to tell him I can't play.
Yeah, I would. If he's had an MRI and it shows edema behind the bone, behind the cartilage, a bone bruise that's significant.
Yeah.
A lot of those are little microscopic cracks.
Okay.
And you just can't risk that.
Right.
And he won't be able to play because you can't get rid of that pain.
He stayed in the game, and he was clearly hobbled. I mean, he was struggling.
You think he
around.
sits tonight, Doc?
I do.
Yeah.
And
looking at it, he hit hard.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, it's going to be a deep bone bruise.
Yeah,
and
on
it's
the
just
knee,
really
right
hard.
on the knee. Is now, what about, is that like rest of the series out kind of deal? Will the pain be better in 3 days? Or
No, it's going to be more like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
there ain't going to be a rest of the series
problem.
yet.
Yeah, I
if you
hear
don't
you.
play tonight.
I hear you. That's
Just
fair.
So you know.
Were we just, again, I think that I offered this answer at the time. I think it was semantics when the term pitch count was used, and I think they really meant just kind of we're going to slow play it. But from anything I've seen from Trevor Lawrence, it doesn't look like there's any limitations or slow play. Am I missing something, Nick? I haven't been to the workouts yet, but he's running the offense and throwing it around. He doesn't seem to be limited at all, which is what you would expect for a non-throwing
Kind of what we
shoulder.
thought, yeah.
Right, but it does fly a little bit in the face of that. I don't know. It felt like the reins were being pulled a little bit by those first comments that we thought were, probably not spoken exactly correctly.
Yeah, I don't think that looking at what he's doing now that he's restricted at all, which is exactly what you'd expect. Non-throwing arm, even if it was his throwing arm, quite honestly, at this phase,
he'd be okay by
really
now.
Be fine.
Yeah.
Doc, what is the actual a hitter's up at the plate, fastball comes in at 95, hits him on what do we got? The funny bone in the elbow?
The olecranon.
Yeah, what is that? What causes that sensation?
Well, if it hits the nerve, that's the nerve.
The nerve?
When people say they
funny bone,
their funny bone, they hit their ulnar nerve.
It's the actual ulnar nerve.
Yeah,
and
the
it just
nerve
goes,
gives
whang!
you that jolt down in your hand. Your fingers go numb. That whole deal. Yeah, that's the
That's
nerve.
no fun.
Well, I saw your guy hit Harper in the elbow.
Yeah.
And then Alonso took one off the elbow last night or yesterday. And you could tell, man, I mean, them boys go down with that thing. I mean, that's got to be a reverb like at 95.
Well, just positionally, the ulnar nerve's kind of exposed there because your arm is in that little flexed and extra rotate position. It lays the inside part of your elbow open. So you get it right on that nerve. And the problem with that, you bruise that nerve, that can be a long-term problem.
Oh, it can?
Yeah.
How so?
You
Like
get
what?
sensitivity in that nerve that I have it. And you just touch it on something. And sometimes you actually have to move the nerve to correct that. You have to operate on it and tuck the nerve under a muscle to protect it a little bit.
How about that?
Because it can be a long-term problem where you just get those zingers all the time.
Ooh. You can't physically just grab it right here and shove it on over here without cutting it open?
No, you actually have to do that surgically. Yeah.
What's that surgery called? Is there a good name to that?
Ulnar nerve transposition.
A transposition.
I think the Braves have some of those.
You need some transpositions, man.
Yeah, they need to transfer something.
So it keeps giving you. So as a baseball player, you get hit on a couple times. It keeps giving you problems, and you go to the doctor and you say you need a transposition on that thing.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't
Here's
know
what
that.
I would do. If I were the Braves,
Okay.
I'd hit that doggone elbow again today, first inning. That's the only thing I can take out of this. I was watching when he hit him in the arm the other day. He had to leave the game immediately, Doc. I don't think he comes back today, does he?
Oh,
Bryce Harper?
I bet he does. No?
Yeah.
Took it on the elbow, and he left the game when it happened.
Yeah.
He didn't stay in, so it was pretty. I don't know, dude.
Even
it's a long season.
even if it just hit again the bone and just kind of bruise the nerve, that's going to be sore and really hard to grip.
Right.
I bet he has some.
I say all this
some
out of
difficulty
hopeful,
squeezing.
wishful thinking that Bryce Harper doesn't play. Spencer Strider. I wish I saw this more in Major League Baseball, and maybe the bat flip now has made it impossible. But when a pitcher really lets one get away and he hits a guy in a bad spot, like the head or a bone, I wish they'd go up and console more often. My bad, dude. I'm sorry. I do.
Right.
It never happens in Major League Baseball. I
No.
wish it did. I don't know if it's perceived as a sign of weakness or Strider did with that one.
He did?
He said something to him.
Yeah.
My bad, dude. Just so you know, we're not elbow hunting here.
Well,
And,
it's funny because, the Phillies broadcast team, who I got to know well when the Mets were beating them in the playoffs, so I'd like to watch them go behind enemy lines because they're so angry at their own team, and you enjoy that as a fan. I think it was Ruben Amaro, who used to be a GM maybe. He's like screaming for retaliation immediately and blah, blah, blah.
He came inside. He didn't get out of the way. It wasn't high. Hit him on the elbow and here. That's a terrible call, Ruben Amaro. Shut up.
Doc, you never want to get caught. When it starts with this, it leads to that. inflammation in the elbow. He's gonna miss a start. He's got some inflammation in the elbow.
Who is that?
I'm specifically referring to Astros right-hander Ronel Blanco, who's having Tommy John next week. But it started with inflammation in the elbow.
Right.
But my point is this. I'm pitching. Something's wrong. My velocity's down. He's got inflammation in the elbow. You immediately, at the major league level, if you tell me that, all right, well, you need an MRI. The MRI, doesn't it immediately show? I mean, we know immediately if we have a torn UCL. It may not be all the way torn, but we know there's a problem in there, right?
Well, and it'll identify that's the location of it, right? Even you examine and check the guy, it hurts or it,
right?
That's the spot. So at a minimum, he's got an injury to the ulnar collateral, whether it's torn completely or just, as you said, inflamed. It's
I'm pitching. I left the game because my elbow was hurting. I come see doc. It hurts right here. Problem. You're going to tell me, okay, that's the UC. You know that immediately.
There's other things there, but
could be something else. But but I got a suspicion here.
Yeah,
we got a problem.
Yeah, I mean the top 9 out of 10 choices are the ulnar collateral ligament.
Okay,
and so you're getting an MRI. If it lights up there, hopefully it's not completely torn, and you can do some other things with PRP and shutting them down for a little while. But to your point, a lot of those lead to reconstructive surgery.
Yeah.
I'm surprised golfers don't have more right elbow injuries. I guess maybe because you're underhand, much like the softball fishing. But I would think that constant hold and snap and hold and snap.
There's so much.
Not
you're
as much
out.
risk.
Yeah, you're not necessarily even the twist, but just the force. If you watch a pitcher in slow motion on their elbow, there is such a strain on that ulnar side.
I think you do that a little bit with your with the golf club, but you also using your left to brace.
Yeah, and there's a lot of rotation there too.
Is it more back in golf?
I think it's more down impact where you get that is more at the ball. So it's down lower as opposed to up high where you're externally rotating the arm. That's where when it's externally rotated and stressed as opposed to when you're kind of in
right there, you're in more natural hanging position.
Yeah.
From the text on designed by Lifetime Enclosures, I don't know if this is a question more than it is a commiseration. A man nearing 50, fairly good shape. Pretty strong, tore both labrums simultaneously, lifting a 110-pound child. You know that Mufasa lifting Simba move.
110? You can't be throwing up 110.
Simba, come on,
probably
buddy.
outshot. You got over your skis there, friend. You're nearing 50, 100 pounds. We don't just
that's what the Ox Gator. You get in that CrossFit stuff.
Yeah.
They're just waiting. Doc's just waiting for those guys to come visit.
This
Ox is doing CrossFit.
Oh, he's been doing it forever. Yeah.
And for the record, if I do this, my right shoulder's barking at me like a rabid dog. So yeah,
without the 110.
Without the 110.
Just this.
Yeah, just this one, not so much. That one, I stay
overhead
out of that
and
one.
away from your body. That's tough on the shoulder.
And I'll give you guys another tough one because I made this mistake last year. They're finally better. But I tried that idiotic push-up challenge where you do 1 on the first and 2 on the second, 3 on the third. And I made it through March, and by then you're up to, however many you're doing a day, 90. Man, that tore my shoulders up, bro. Tore them up. And at first you go through, you plow through it, and then, they didn't get right forever. They finally feel good again.
But
my point, I'll
you
never
don't have
do another
to fix all
push-up.
labral tears necessarily. You can rehab some of those.
Okay.
But if it continues to cause pain and rotation, it's
bottom line, it sucks, Guggen. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Is DJ Lagway, would it be considered to be on schedule? I saw Billy Napier said this week that he's throwing now 3 days a week.
Well, again,
so my starting quarterback
really
is June. What does that mean?
What it is?
Yeah.
Honestly, as to what the actual problem is. So,
don't you think it's
sounds
labrum?
like there's still. I think it's probably labrum and partial cuff. Yeah, but most likely labrum. And at this point,
well,
if he's had it, it wasn't a recent injury. So I still perceive that as somewhat of an issue. If he's still,
but there's nothing you can do now. There's no surgery that would have you ready in time. You're just gonna have to ride out your what was the homeopathic? Is that the word they used? What was the word they were using?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
So if you have surgery on it, quickest is probably 4 months to back.
Yeah,
so,
and I don't
think he's even hurt. I don't even know what's going on. I think they just shut him down.
There's been a shoulder issue there.
Oh,
for a while,
but I'm just saying I don't think he's any more hurt than when he played last year. Is my point.
Yeah,
he played pretty good.
I don't get the whole
because the leg's what kept him off the field. He never was kept off the field because of the shoulder.
No, but I go back to one thing that you've always taught us: you clear him, he's good to go. He ought to be able to throw every day.
Well,
I don't know why he can only throw 3 days a week. What does that mean? Does that mean he's sore after throwing? Does that mean he's got to ice it? Does that mean he's in agony? What is?
Yeah,
it's weird to me. It remains
not
weird.
A doctor prescription to say you're clear to play. 30%.
Yeah,
that's not how it works.
Yeah,
you clear him or you don't clear him.
Yeah, so it's just fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Doc's doing the Southeast, always giving back. Part of the community. They're doing high school physicals, starting that up, right?
Yeah, we're doing Nice today.
Okay,
this afternoon.
All right. Yep. So shout out to that and appreciate that, and just checking the kids out if you want to. And they've done that bumps and bruises clinic forever, and just also a reminder now because it's hot as Hades outside, man. Hydrate.
Yesterday, we golfed yesterday afternoon, and it felt like the first summer outing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was hot yesterday.
I've had
it's summer hot right now.
I got to tell you, I've had some of the fellas out at the house doing some work outside. AC, shout out to Bueller, did a great job. And another of our sponsors, CSS, they're out there. Them boys are out there, man. 3-4 hours.
It's hot. Yeah.
One of my guys had an umbrella because he was working on so he had the umbrella. It's so hot, they got to be under the umbrella. So anyway, you got to drink that water, man. But they all got those water coolers and stuff. So
yeah, use them.
Yeah. Doc, great to see you, my man.
Thank you, boys.
That's Dr. Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, best in the business, sc-ortho.com. We're back with more next.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. It's like pulling up a chair at the cantina.
I see your point, sir.
XL Prime Time.
Well, come on.
Weekdays 2 to 4.
R2!
On 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We've got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with prices that don't break the bank and our wow ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing to provide you with a peace of mind. You better beat the surge and head to the all-new Beaver Toyota or Chevrolet for the car buying experience you deserve.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentist and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, 2 locations in Jacksonville.
For a lot of us, saving up a down payment can be the biggest barrier to buying a home. So Rocket Mortgage is lowering down payments to 1% for eligible home buyers with One Plus. Because everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to get a head start on your starter home.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Zero Res, the cleaning freaks. Nobody does it better. You get them out to your house, it'll look better, it'll smell better, it'll feel better. Man, oh man, it's a great time to get them out there right now. We call it Mayhem, and we're there for you, right? Mayhem is a 3-room special starting at $149, plus the 4th room is free. So you can get Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet and air duct cleaner with Mayhem. That's the deal, and that runs through May. But by the way, Zero Res, they'll handle any surface in your home. They laugh at the carpets, the tile and grout, the hardwood, the laminate, the stone, the upholstery, the rugs, the air ducts. They'll clean it all. Call Zero Res right now, 287-5727, or just go online, ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell me what the 1010 special, the Hicken special, whatever special you want, they'll take care of you because they're Zero Res. You spell them forwards, Zero Res, you spell it backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Need to the T here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find the scratch kitchen that comes through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. Come on, somebody.
Hey, this is Coach Jason Gibson of your Jacksonville Sharks. I know the importance of a strong game plan, and that's exactly what I've got with Clay Solar Installation Partners. They did the install of the solar panels at my house, and I couldn't be happier. Lower energy bills, clean power, and a winning team that made the whole process easy. If you're looking to save money and go solar, trust the pros at Clay Solar. Call Karen at Clay Solar today and tell them that Coach Gibson sent you.
2 classic albums, 1 night of hits. Styx presents The Grand Illusion. Kevin Cronin Band presents REO Speedwagon's High Infidelity. June 2nd, Daly's Place. Brotherhood of Rock Tour. Plus Don Felder, formerly of the Eagles. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. 2 classic albums in their entirety. Styx, The Grand Illusion, REO Speedwagon's High Infidelity. Don't miss the event of the summer.
This is Mark Nato. My son Justin injured his hand playing baseball for JU. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist performed surgery just a few days later, and within 5 weeks, he was cleared to play in the ASUN baseball tournament. Our family has trusted Southeast Orthopedic Specialists for years. For any orthopedic injury, let Southeast Orthopedic Specialists take care of you too.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com. The Summer Starts Here sales event is back at Arlington Toyota. Why does Northeast Florida buy from Arlington Toyota? Because Arlington is the place to go for big selection. I'm talking over 800 vehicles, 1 location, and 60-day exchange. Plus, during Summer Starts Here, get financing as low as 0% on select new Toyota models. Or how about no payments until January 2026? Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter-mile east of 295, or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update brought to you by Duck Rooters Septic Plumbing and Air Conditioning. The number 3 seeded Florida Gators softball team is set to kick off their Women's College World Series campaign today against the number 6 seeded Texas Longhorns. The game will take place at the Devon Park in Oklahoma City with the first pitch scheduled for 12. Florida enters the WCWS with a 48-15 overall record, having secured their spot by defeating Georgia in the Gainesville Super Regional. This marks the Gators' 13th appearance in the WCWS and their 2nd consecutive trip to Oklahoma City. The Florida Panthers have clinched their 3rd consecutive Eastern Conference title, securing a spot in the 2025 Stanley Cup Final with a 5-3 victory over the Carolina Hurricanes in Game 5 last night in Raleigh. Panther Sam Bennett sealed the win with an empty netter, marking his NHL leading 10th goal of the postseason. It's 77 degrees at 8:04. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Our local Mufasa is off the hook.
Yeah?
Here's the explanation.
Okay.
Talk about the guy, 110 point, lifting the 110 pounder over his head, right. Tore both labrums, wonders, gee, how could that happen? No, but here's what he said. She gets such joy out of it. We've been playing run and jump since she was little. Hard to say no, and she still loves it.
Okay, there you go. I get it, man.
There you go. Well, there's your, come to reality moment.
Yeah.
No more doing that. You'll break something, strain something, tear something, pull something.
110 is
110 is a little bit
heavy.
Yeah.
I hope Eric Armstead is Nostradamus when he tweets out a half hour ago. Brenton Strange will be a top 5 tight end this year.
They're excited. They're right. I mean, I think we saw enough last year to get you excited. You got to see it consistently.
Yeah, I didn't.
Man, he just better be a top 5 interior defensive lineman.
Yeah, but I tell you this, I'd rather have a top 5 tight end than a top 5 interior defensive lineman. How about that?
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I would. I'm a hick on that.
Let's get Mason Smith as a, or We got more options. We don't have any options at tight end but Britton Strange.
Here's why.
How about that?
Here's why with Britton Strange. I don't know if it's the tight end's fault if he has a game where they don't throw it to him. I don't. You know what I mean?
We don't know.
It seemed like when he got the ball thrown to him, he made plays. Now, whether that means he's not getting open on the other plays or he wasn't a part of the play.
I guess this is why I have to say that to you. And again, I understand he was behind Evan Ingram, but he had one game last year. One.
No, well, what were his numbers for the year? I mean,
40 catches.
Huh?
But he had 40. But these are his totals in games. Are you ready?
Yeah.
0, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 0, 5, 0, 2, 1, 1, 1, 11, 2, 0, 4.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't do it for me, man.
Well, I think that one thing that we got to remember is we're not talking about a number one receiver here. We're talking about a tight end. You go to a lot of NFL stat sheets, and their tight end's going to have 2 or 3 grabs a game.
I like Britton Strange. I'm not criticizing. I'm hopeful. I'm just disputing the comment that I think we saw something like I didn't.
Okay.
I saw one game where he had 11, and in that game, by the way, 73 yards.
Yeah. Again,
That's 6.6 a catch.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, but let's go back to the original point. We'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Eric Armstead's right.
Amen.
Hopefully, he's right.
But that's a big. I mean, okay, and that's a big statement. And because again, let's do this, Jeff.
By the way, tight end is not what the tight end was here in the glory days that have recently passed. By the time you get down to number 5, you're getting to a guy who's not living up to his billing.
Okay, hold on. Let's take a look.
Like, say, Matt LaPorta. Matt LaPorta ain't proven to be between the injuries and other. TJ Hawkinson. These guys are who's going to be 5th.
Okay, let's see. Reception-wise.
I mean, Kelsey's no good anymore, just a guy.
Brock Bowers had 112. He was 1. Trey McBride.
And he's number 1.
Trey McBride had 111. He was 2nd. Travis Kelce had 97. He was 3rd. Jonnu Smith had 88. He was 4th.
Well, there you go. I mean, if you're to the number 4 tight end and it's Jonnu Smith, there's hope for Britton Strange in all of them.
Well, George Kittle was 5th. He had 78 catches for 1,106 yards. My point is, be the top 5 tight end. Give me 78 for 1,106. I'll clap it up for Britton Strange.
Do you honestly think that Evan Ingram is a top 5 tight end?
Do I?
Yeah. Like an overall tight end. Do you think Evan Ingram's a top 5 tight end? Because I don't.
He's top 10.
And he caught 117 balls. Sometimes that's not telling the whole story. And I think that list is part of it. There's tight ends that are Mark Andrews is better than everybody you name there. So I don't know how many catches he had.
Zach Ertz played 17 games, had 66 catches last year. Hunter Henry had 66 catches for New England.
I think if you've got a good, proficient offense, 66 for
good.
800 or 600 is good.
Real good.
That's good. That's what.
And by the way, if your tight end's
that's 4 a game.
If your tight end's not a game breaker, you really don't want him catching 11 for 73. That's not good.
The weird thing with Strange was we saw it. I can't remember the game or the play, but he got downfield on a play, and then we never saw him downfield again. And again, this may be fool's.
Yeah.
This may be fool's satisfaction, and you can't blame every single thing that went wrong on this football team to a coaching design or a play.
But that's a fair one. And I'll say this. We go back to preseason last year, and you'll back me on this. All they told us was Evan Ingram was a nightmare matchup, right?
Oh yeah.
How many times do we hear that? They can't cover him. He's a receiver and he's not a great blocker, but dang, he presents matchup problems.
And then they run him on a
How many times will we never shoot him down the seam?
We've never seen that man down the seam, bro.
Never. It made no sense. Ever. Give me Doug Peterson in here for 30 minutes one day, and let put the truth hat on him, and let me ask him questions. Doug, did you just lose interest? Doug, did you just not care about calling plays? Doug, did you Doug, what about this? I mean, give me it from your perspective, Doug. Did you just want to get fired so you could go home and
go to
golf?
Jupiter, right?
You know. I mean, what did you just not? Never they throw it down.
They never throw it to him downfield.
Drove us nuts.
Such a nightmare problem, huh?
Evan Ingram, 3-yard gain. Pass complete to Ingram, gain of 2. Ingram, bubble screen, gain of 4. It's 4th and 1. We're the only NFL team in the history of football who could throw the ball 3 straight times and have a 4th down.
and complete the 3. Yeah, complete
a ball. 3 of 3 for 9 yards.
Arguably, we got 2 Top 32 pass rushers. And I'm
Yes.
Jeff, we got two top 32 pass
Yes.
rushers. If we have a top 5 interior lineman, like, you don't think that's...
Well, they'll have better years. That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the angle I was looking at.
Listen, I think it's perfect. I will, regardless of what we expect,
Uh-huh.
I promise you what Liam Cohen expects. He expects this offense to look a lot like, production-wise, scheme-wise, last year's offense in Tampa. There are a lot of similarities. You got 2 big play receivers. You got a former number 1 quarterback who's had moments, but not consistently. The biggest difference is that line of scrimmage, and have they rebuilt it to great improvement? We will not know the answer to that question until they start playing. Obviously, we're not great at at the line anyway, because the line's been terrible and we've had nothing to it for years and years and years. It's been the same cast of characters for 7 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the line's got to be better, but I would bet you just about anything you want that Liam Cohen's expectation is that this offense is 3rd in the league, 400 yards a game. That's what they did last year. They threw for 4,200 yards. Baker Mayfield, I think, had 40 touchdown passes.
Yeah. For all you Guggen trivia experts out there, we have some sad news to pass along on the presidential trivia train.
What do you mean?
Feel sad to say this, but it's one of our favorite bits of presidential trivia.
Okay.
And as you know, and he knows, we are not experts in the presidential
one of our
trivia.
worst categories.
But you know
Garfield.
that you remember John Tyler, one of your favorites.
How can I forget him?
Yeah, number what?
4.
Number 10.
I went far, but should have gone Barkowski.
So he served from roughly
1840 to 46.
Baby. 1841 to 45.
Well, pretty good.
10th president. Until this past weekend.
Okay.
John Tyler had a living grandson. Tyler was 63 when he had a son named Lion. Lion was 75 when he had a son named Harrison. Harrison was 96. He died a few days ago.
Wow. That's crazy. Your grandfather.
His grandfather was the 10th president of the United States. Talk to me.
That's fun. That's fun with numbers.
Listen to this. John Tyler was our 10th president. 10th in 1845. Yeah. And he had a living grandson. You know who my grandfather was? Who?
Right.
It's
John. Yeah. No, he's family.
Okay, yeah.
And we lost the presidential race.
Yes,
did you know that, E?
Oh.
That was one of the most famous headlines ever. The media getting ahead of itself. Yeah. Dewey wins the election or
Thomas
something.
Dewey ran against Harry Truman.
Okay.
For president. My grandmother, on my dad's side, his mom, was Dewey.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. We were related. He's a cousin.
Yeah.
Deweys are cousins. So Thomas Dewey ran. I'm one of the great losers ever. Thomas Dewey ran for president, and the newspapers called him a winner.
Oh, yeah?
Back in the day.
That's a win.
So Harry Truman is holding up the newspaper. It's one of the most iconic historical shots saying Dewey wins.
Oh.
And laughing at us.
That'd be dope to still have that paper.
He was laughing at us. Laughing at the Hick and Dewey family.
You know, the Bucks had 1,500 more yards than the Jaguars last year. They averaged 100 yards a game more.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot of room for improvement here for a 4-13 football team that was close in a lot of games.
Yeah.
Some of these one-score games are a mirage. They weren't one-score games. We throw them into that category of 10 one-score losses. There's like 6 or 7 that are could go either way. There's 3 or 4 of those, quote, one-score losses that they never felt like they were, going to win. At least put it that way. All right, I found this a little bit interesting.
Okay. I love it.
And I don't know what it means. I mean, give me this story after a guy wins back-to-back Super Bowls before we call him the smartest guy in the world. But did you see what the Broncos are doing when it comes to acquiring their college talent? They're staying away from the portal, guys. College football players chasing big bucks in college won't be attractive to the Broncos.
That's interesting, and it's happening. And I think it was one of the boys reported on that back at the draft that they're not necessarily that, but the ones who they were taking some guys off their board if they, if they don't love the game. Remember that? They don't love the game. They're in it for the money.
Yeah.
And if they've got the money already, how hungry are they going to be when they get to the league?
The Denver Broncos selected 7 players in this year's draft. 6 of the 7 did not transfer one time in their college careers, and the only exception was a 7th rounder who played basketball at BYU and Baylor,
Of course.
and then switched to play football at a different school.
Jeffrey, their quarterback.
That's fair.
Their most important player.
Was he there before?
Was that an NIL deal?
Well, he went from Auburn to Oregon. He left Auburn because it was, he was an Auburn man.
Yeah.
And it is.
Well, that's fair.
Right?
Did Peyton draft him, the quarterback?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's Sean Payton.
It's not by accident.
It was a good draft.
Well, by the way, right now, Baker Mayfield was a transfer. Joe Burrow was a transfer.
Jalen Hurts.
And by the way, you could argue, what if Joe Burrow never transferred and ended up spending that backup year at Ohio State and then left?
We wouldn't have had that greatest season.
Would he be Joe Burrow?
No, maybe not.
Right.
Maybe not.
Probably.
He might be.
But yeah.
But
It
we
would
don't
take a little
know.
longer, sure.
The NFL's very... Listen, that would mean he would have got a camp invite. You got a lot to work your way through to get to the top of the quarterback chain as a quarterback if you're just
I wonder if he stays at Ohio State, if ultimately at some point he doesn't end up at winning the job. And I know they had good quarterbacks.
Lots of
but
points.
The good quarterbacks they had ain't near as good as Joe Burrow is.
Correct.
Here's what Peyton said about this. He was asked about ESPN. It's not by accident. There might be some coincidence in there, but in the overview, it's not by accident, not at all. After the 2024 season, 4,059 players entered the transfer portal. That's over 1,700 more than did the same in 2022. Of those in the portal, 61% go on to find a new home. Denver's front office isn't a fan of the portal and what it may say about the character of players who leave a program at the first sign of adversity. I think maybe they like guys who stayed and worked through things at one place. Wide receiver Pat Bryant, selected in round 3. He's local, isn't he?
Yeah.
Pat Bryant?
Oh, yeah.
Atlantic Coast. But again, this all fly. They're missing one major fly in the face to this, and that is they got their quarterback in round 1 off of those same deals. Look at me, I'm bleeding like a maniac.
Wow, you're a gusher. Oh, wow. We got a problem situation. We have to take a break. We don't need EMTs, but we do have something to attend to here on the drill. We have an injury. We'll update that when we return. Hopefully, Jeff will be able to finish the show. I'm not sure he's going to be able to go from here on out.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Hear the big moments and game-changing plays.
That is another pick six. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Your home for the most play-by-play is 1010XL.
Warm weather means the beach, fishing, golf, and more. Make sure to drop into Daly's and grab a cold case to go. From Bud Light to their seltzer, from Mick Ultra to Modelo, or your favorite crafts like Old City or Sweetwater. Grab and go at your local Daly's.
Unlike those big corporate-owned stores, Beard's Diamonds doesn't rely on AI to help you find the right diamond. Beard's Diamonds specializes in DI, Diamond Intelligence. As Town Center's only locally owned jeweler with international connections, Beard's Diamonds is the smart choice for choosing the right jewelry for any occasion. Our Diamond Intelligence comes from years of helping your Jacksonville neighbors and connecting them to beautiful, dazzling diamonds from top designers like Tacori and Verragio. Diamond Intelligence is about finding the diamond that expresses what words can't and leaves her speechless. And Diamond Intelligence is tapping into partners from around the globe to find your true treasure without the middleman markups and bottom-line algorithms. Come experience the local, loyal, and helpful difference of Beard's Diamonds in Town Center, home of Diamond Intelligence. There's nothing artificial about it. Beard's Diamonds, proud to be Jacksonville's jeweler at the St. John's Town Center.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? You have questions? Call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Hey, poker players, the Poker Atlas Tour is back at Best Bet St. Augustine from June 5th to June 15th. The Poker Atlas Tour features 7 events, including Event 1, a $300 no-limit hold'em tournament with a $100,000 guarantee, and the $600 no-limit hold'em title event with a $200,000 guaranteed prize pool. Satellites start May 17th. For more details, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Rebound Rehabilitation. 11 great locations across the First Coast, and they're just a click away when it comes to feeling strong and healthy again. If you need the best path to recovery, look no further than Rebound Rehab. Log on and check out one of their great 11 locations.
Mia O'Brien.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
On Helmets and Heels, noon to 2.
I swear to you, I know her.
Then there's the 1010XL video and social media channels.
I would know her voice anywhere.
All Things Mia is driven by Arlington Toyota.
On 1010XL.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks, and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Pickett here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by November 6th.
Want your son or daughter to enjoy sports year-round? Then log on to i9sports.com with summer and fall registration open right now, including girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows, plus plenty of other spots and sports on the First Coast. i9sports.com. Enter 1010 for a discount.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
The Florida Panthers are going to the Stanley Cup Finals for the 3rd year in a row. That's getting into, they win this one. That's pretty impressive. I'm going to, me and you, we got to root for our guy Justin Moore and the Edmonton Oilers. I hate the Panthers. I hope they lose. I'm all about Edmonton.
Is Edmonton up 3-1?
Yes.
So there likely will be a rematch from a year ago.
A rematch.
Can I do a player A, player B with you guys real quick?
Sure.
Okay. You guys tell me which one of these guys, if one of these guys is better than the other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Player A, 64% completion.
Okay.
4,000 yards passing.
Okay.
28 touchdowns. 10 picks.
Okay.
Passer rating 94.6. Okay.
Very solid.
Solid. 64%.
Good. Very good.
4,000, 28 touchdowns, 10 picks, 94.6.
Very good.
Player B. 71% completion percentage.
Ooh.
4,500 yards.
Ooh.
41 touchdowns.
Ooh.
16 picks.
Yeah.
Passer rating 106.8.
And B wins.
Significantly.
Why am I even writing this down?
Is that significant? Is that significant? Like
Yes.
player B significantly?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
player A is Baker Mayfield in 2023 before Liam Cohen got there.
Okay.
And player B is Baker Mayfield last year with Liam Cohen.
Okay.
Like there seems to be some sort of pessimism within the fan base that doesn't want to acknowledge that Liam Cohen unlocked Baker Mayfield to a level that he has not played at before.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfair to say, think, or not recognize that he's there for 1 year. These numbers all go way up.
Okay.
He gets credit for that. So when we say he unlocked Baker Mayfield, it's not just true and accurate. It's doggone true and accurate. So don't come back and say, well, Baker Mayfield busted out the year before. No, you want an A and B again?
Mm-hmm.
Player A, 64%. Player B, 63%. Player A, 4,000 yards passing. Player B, 3,800 yards passing.
Mm-hmm.
Player A, 28 touchdowns, 10 picks. Player B, 27 touchdowns, 14 picks.
Okay.
Player B, that's Baker Mayfield's rookie year.
Okay.
So rookie year to 23 are almost the exact same.
All right.
And last year was, so that's, and I say this only for Jag optimism and Trevor optimism, that this offense can show something that he went 13 higher than his career high in passing touchdowns. Imagine if you get that.
You know, observation from Dan here, just real quick on my ball club. We've struggled pretty much all year offensively. We have not hit like I thought. Our pitching has been terrific, but our hitting has not been. I got a guy down in AAA, just got called up there. He's been there a couple weeks. He's hitting .571 with 2 home runs, 6 RBI, 3 stolen bases, and a 1488 OPS. And he has big league experience. I think at some point here we need to call this kid up and let him roll. He was one of our top prospects, and he shredded his knee a year ago. Well, he's back. And he's gonna, and I've always thought he was gonna be the best of all the Beatty, the Vientos, all the young guys. This was my guy that I thought was gonna be the best one, and that's Ronnie Mauricio. I'm ready for Ronnie to come on back to the city and let's get cranking here. Find him a spot. I don't know what we're waiting on, Dave. Let's go. Just a side note. Want to get that off my chest. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I sat and waited while our bona fide players did weeks of rehab assignments while we're 3 and 4 and 5 games under 500. So urgency is not a strong suit of my franchise. So I won't be able to help you there.
Yeah.
When it comes to player. And by the way, we also now are the proud owners of perhaps it's aging as the worst free agent signing in Braves history.
Which one?
The bust of the year. We had the bust of free agency, and only our dumb A's pulled the trigger on this silly fish.
What do you got?
Jurickson Profar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we signed him, need him. Immediately he gets hit with a 60-gamer, 80-gamer. And I learned this. Did you know he's not eligible for the postseason?
Yeah, they're not. Neither is the Phillies.
Yeah, why would you even play him then? Cut him.
Yeah.
What good is he?
Yeah.
Although, do you give meaningful? I guess you do. You try and get in, and then you sit him. What kind of ridiculous suspension is that, though, Hick? I've never heard of a suspension that ends and then is reinstated in the postseason.
Yeah, it's part of the punishment, I
That's
guess.
weird.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad rule,
No.
but that shocked me because I've never heard of it that way.
Did you see the kid at the grounds crew member of the Tigers?
I did not. What happened?
He's a grounds crew guy, right? He's over on first base. I don't know what happened, but he did something. He got hurt. So
Okay.
he's down on the ground. He's not writhing in pain, but he's in discomfort. Looks like it's a knee.
Okay.
I think he maybe popped his knee. I should have asked Doc about this.
Yeah.
So
it's a missed opportunity.
So the game is being delayed.
Okay.
This kid can't get up. I mean, the EMT comes out. We got the trainer of the Tigers sitting there with him.
Okay.
So he's sitting there on first base like this, Pros.
Just kind of dance, just kind of lean back, probably against the
sitting
tarp.
up, but he can't. And he's got his sunglasses on, and they're all around him, and they're working on him, and I'll probably call him for a cart to get him off. I didn't know what happened. I'll try to update it for you, but he's sitting there, and then and the camera, he sees the camera right across the way. Camera's on him, of course, because the game's supposed to be going on. We're filling time. Hey, back, it's Turkey and Banjo here, and Banjo, looks like we got a guy down over there at first base. He appears to be hurt. Tigers leading 3-1 here on the Giants in the fourth inning. He was out doing some work. I don't know what happened. I didn't see it, but he's down, and EMT's out there. The trainer's out there. They're all taking a look at him. I hope he's okay. Yeah, you're right, Banjo. I do too. The guy goes like this, looks at the camera.
Flips it off?
Dang.
Your own crew?
Keeps said finger up, and then the trainer finally goes like this.
Dang. What is going on?
Yeah. It's unbelievable, man. Let me see what happened.
Should you get a ring if you're a college football team?
Leg injury during the seventh inning stretch. Of course, they don't care what happened to him. They just talk about him flipping off the camera.
If you go 7-6 and lose the Birmingham Bowl, should you get a ring as a program?
For what?
Just for success. I mean,
for going to the bowl game? Is that what they do?
Yeah, do you get a ring? Do you have a football team and you go through all your workouts and you play a 12-game season? You go 7-6 with a Birmingham Bowl game loss, and that's a ring year? I guess what I'm trying to say is this participation award era that began in earnest about 20 years ago is when we started giving every team in every little league trophies and banners, no matter who won or not, has finally gotten to this point where young men accept tokens of success for losing the Birmingham Bowl to Vanderbilt, by the way, and going 7-6. I mean, what does it take to not get a nice postseason gift?
Oh, Vandy got a ring?
Georgia Tech.
Oh, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Georgia Tech unveiled their team rings commemorating last year's special season where they went 7-6 and we're 5-3 in the ACC. Had that nice win over FSU to start their disaster, FSU that is. But then lost to 6-6 Vanderbilt in the Birmingham Bowl. Georgia Tech's first postseason appearance. It was the first time they've been to back-to-back bowls since 2013 and 14. So I think when we look back at the end of this year in the playoff and Georgia Tech hoisting the trophy, we could look back on 2024 as kind of the seed that sprouted this ring-wearing program. Got rings there.
Well,
Florida get a ring for the
probably
8-5 in the whatever bowl we were in down there. Can't keep up with
Who
them.
do we handle? Tulane?
Tulane, the Green Wave.
Got a big win there?
It's a big one. I mean, if the Green Wave show up and you beat them, it's been a good day. I'm reading this Stefan. This is. I wonder if this is the end of the Stefan Diggs, dude. Do you find a way to get out of that deal?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're counting on Diggs, ET, also to be a leader, right? I mean, that's what New England needs. They got a young group up there. They got a young quarterback. You know, Stefan Diggs is already hell on a young quarterback, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right? He was hell on Josh Allen to the point they finally said, man, no, just go. And by the way, did Buffalo miss Stefan Diggs last year? I don't think they did. Their offense hummed along just like it always does.
Quarterback was the league MVP.
Yeah, MVP with Diggs gone. I should send a message to Diggs and all the receivers of just exactly where the origination point of the success in the passing game is coming from. But so he goes off, and it's not just that he was. I mean, this substance is a problem. ET. What are the answers? I mean, you can do some digging in there. What are they saying? What are they suggesting?
Yeah,
and I don't mean fans. I've got the degenerate text line has already told us some concoction of ecstasy, Molly, ketamine.
It's a hell of a drug.
Crack. Yeah.
But it definitely looks like it's. I mean, is there any way within the bounds of common sense to not know that my man's pulling out a little baggie of drugs?
And then, like, look at, if you see the video too, you see the girls' reactions.
Yeah,
you know, like, it's something.
I can't sign you to 3 years, $69 million to come in and be my veteran, steady leader presence in the pass game and at receiver. And while we're opening OTAs with a second-year quarterback, you're pulling a bag of coke out of your pants. It's just not going to work for me. You're listening to The Drill. It's a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
1010XL.
Who's having a good time?
Duval's Good Timin' Sports Talk Radio.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Imagine having a doctor available to you any day, any time. That's my doctor, Rick Townsend. Doc T said, Hick, I'm doing concierge medicine. I said, Doc T, what's concierge medicine? He said, look, here's how it works. You don't feel good, you come see me right away. You don't have to wait for an appointment for a couple days, a week, whatever. I said, that's great. He said, you got a medical emergency? Here's my number. You call me, I'll get right back to you and tell you what to do 24/7. Even better. I said, it's kind of like being a member of an exclusive golf club. But listen, when you go to mypvconcierge.com, you see the pricing structure. You go, well, wait a second now. This is good. As far as doctors, Townsend's the best. Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest. I had my yearly physical, annual physical with him. He spent time with me, talked to me about certain things. So whether it's yearly physicals, office or virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, hospital follow-ups, Doc T's got you covered. You got any questions? All the answers, pricing structure, everything at mypvconcierge.com. That's mypvconcierge.com.
This summer, get ready to rock like never before. The Jacksonville Rock Orchestra brings the thunder with an electrifying night of Led Zeppelin like you've never heard it. Live at the Florida Theater, June 4th. Cashmere, Whole Lotta Love, and Stairway to Heaven reimagined with the full power of a rock orchestra. Led Zeppelin, orchestra style, only in Jacksonville. Get your tickets before they're gone at floridatheater.com.
Hey, Hicken here. So much of what makes us a family takes place in our homes. That's where Zero Res comes in. I love Zero Res, and this month get Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet and air duct cleaner with May Mayhem. A 3-room special starting at $149 plus the 4th room is free. You owe it to yourself and your family to breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res 28757 or go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and say you want the Hicken special. Zero Res, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Join us at Miller Electric May 29th from 4 to 7 p.m. We're on the lookout for talented people, from entry-level to experienced electricians and foremen, security system installation and service technicians, fire alarm system service technicians, and both senior and junior VDV technicians. This is your chance to get hired on the spot. Meet the managers, indulge in delicious food, and snag some awesome giveaways. Don't miss out on this electrifying chance to power up your career. Miller Electric, May 29th, 4 to 7 p.m., 6805 South Point Parkway.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 29, 1990, MLB Oakland A's outfielder Ricky Henderson steals record 893rd base, breaking Ty Cobb's record.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
This is Greg McGarity, President and CEO of the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl. I'm here to share that the Gator Bowl is actually a year-round organization. We're known for the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl football game, which has been a Jacksonville staple for more than 80 years. Off the football field, the Gator Bowl is also host to the annual Florida State baseball game, a champion of local youth through Gator Bowl charities, and a strong networking organization of local individuals and companies through our membership. We're actually looking to grow membership, which is an affordable, fun way for you to get involved and give back to our community. To learn more, visit GatorBowl.com for more information.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. You're on-road, you're off-road, now you're on the water. Greg, tell everybody what Coach and Honda is offering in the form of boats.
We've got the Honda boat, which is a great runabout fisherman. We've got the Coach boats. They're fantastic for getting out with a family. Nice lay-down beds, all with that legendary Honda motor on.
Check them all out. They're waiting for you. You can see how you can be on the water with Honda or with Coach pontoon boats. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Are your kids ready to play this summer? Come check out the Y. Summer is a time for kids to explore new things and expand the limits of their imagination. At the Y, summer camps every day is a new adventure. Kids can learn about STEM, arts and humanities, athletic sports, outdoor games, and more. Registration is now open, but space is limited and spots are filling up quickly. Learn more and find your adventure at fcymca.org. Search Summer Day Camp.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville, The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
All right, the PGA Golf Tour is at the Memorial. I read an article yesterday. It was like showing the ratings comparisons between LIV and PGA Tour, and I don't even understand why it was even a column. I knew it was bad for LIV, but I didn't know how bad it was, man.
That's a disaster.
Some of these events on the weekend are like literally getting 45,000 viewers. I mean, lower than anything that's on TV. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's hurt LIV too.
But it is amazing how American sports fan was just not down with that, man. Because those are big names. At the end of the day, most weeks when LIV's playing here and PGA's playing here, unless it's an elevated event, most weeks that LIV field is more compelling. It's got names, it's got players that are more accomplished, but they just won't watch. The system's so damn goofy, it should be 72. Matt had the best. You weren't here on Friday. He said some things about the LIV that we hadn't thought about. Part of winning a golf tournament is sleeping on a lead and having to wait all morning until your last tee time. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that go into winning golf. Start. Right. Yeah. They go into so it's just goofy, goony, not real golf. And America has responded, at least. I don't know worldwide. But if you are a follower of LIV Golf and you watch LIV Golf, buddy, you're in some exclusive company. Because there are some Saturday afternoons in this country where 38,000 people are watching in a country of 365 million. Mm-hmm. And these golfers, man, have just completely, I can't imagine how much like street cred and social media presence and all those things they've lost.
They haven't added either, and I know they don't because they're bleeding money and they don't care. I get that.
They do care. Oh, they care.
They haven't added names.
There's no one else to add.
Right. That's what I mean.
Justin Rose, Adam Scott, and Jason Day, these guys have kind of acted and proven like they're not going to go.
Yeah, you got to go. You got to, it's a whole nother year. They added nobody.
Shouldn't you
It was a cash grab. It's those guys all fleeced. They all high-five, but they sold their souls for their,
that's fine.
And ended their careers.
For their career. Well, it gave them a golden parachute to their retirements. They got early retirement. They made a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Should we be giving more credit or more respect to Justin Rose, Adam Scott, Jason Day, Ricky Fowler? There's a bunch that would even Jordan Spieth's irrelevant on the PGA Tour if he wanted to grab the $60 million or whatever they were going to pay at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
just underway at the Memorial through one hole. Akshay Bhatia has made a birdie. Actually, there are a few that are 2 or 3 holes in. Bhatia, the only one under par. The most holes put to bed so far is 4. Highsmith and Snedeker are out to +1 starts, but the big boys won't go till a bit later today. It's a terrific field, though. I see you got You got a pairing here with Xander Schauffele and Jordan Spieth. There's another with Hovland and Oberg. Here's another Matsuyama and Morikawa.
Another weird week for me with Rory. It's a hard week for.
Why is he not there? What's going on?
Well, it's not just that. I'm a big Rory fan, and I've been disappointed in him last month. I'm not sure what's gotten into him, but he didn't even call Jack and tell him he wasn't coming. I mean, he called. It's common courtesy, man.
Oh, he didn't call.
No,
and he should.
Yeah, you should. Absolutely, you should. You don't
I think
have
he's
to.
acting like a martyr here. Like he took. Boy, you didn't take all the bullets. You emerged just fine. You
he
elected
was
to
a
stay
spokesman.
on tour.
He did a great job.
But it wasn't. You know, in hindsight, that wasn't that big a deal.
Well, he also benefited.
But correct,
financially,
a ton, dude.
Yeah.
All those guys did was make the top of the PGA Tour $20 million a piece.
Right. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to throw out some ludicrous, what do they call it? Player performance. Some
the
bonus
PIP.
PIP.
Player input.
Yeah. Popularity.
Yeah.
And, congratulations. Here's $20 million.
Another $20 million to Tiger. Whatever.
Yeah.
Which is fine. They're just paying him for a pad. They're basically giving all the money that the other guys wanted, and just despite him, we're going to give it to you guys who stayed. But here's what I'm saying, though. And it may have felt bigger at the time, but here's where you got to take a reality check. Golf is what it is, man. A fringe sport at best.
100%.
When it's at its biggest, most popular majors, you may have 4 million viewers. So this cross you bore, Rory, it was really not all that important to most of us. I mean, I know you felt like you were being asked to do a lot and to carry this and that. You're all doing it for your own selves and your own cash. There was nothing done for me or Dan. You know, you stayed because ultimately it benefited you the most. And if it had been a world where any golfer on either tour got a offer they couldn't refuse, I think they would have taken it.
Yeah.
You know, by virtue of all the guys that did. It wasn't all just bad guys who took the deal. Harold Varner is a nice young man and saw it as, but it was one of the honest ones. This is a chance to give generational wealth to my family.
Right.
You know, I can stay on tour. I may not win the $51 million these guys are going to pay me. And you get it now and in the bank and, you know, working for you.
When is the last time you heard of Harold Varner?
I'll give you another one. And this is what was so obnoxious and nauseating during the initial switch. Trying to sell us these guys is they tried to tell me Taylor Gooch was the next, you know, freaking Colin Morikawa.
That was embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
And Scotty had a good line last week. He said, look, it's because obviously they've made no headway into this merger that they announced last June.
And if I'm PGA Pro, I don't care.
A year ago.
We don't need y'all.
And that's what they said.
Yeah.
They said it's up to them. They
but
left.
Here's where Scotty, though, is speaking competitor. I don't know if the business model and the way the tour is set up. At the end of the day, these tour players are demanding money that doesn't match the interest the country shows in them. They get no TV numbers. They don't carry big social impacts when it comes to marketing. So they're way overpaid. The most overpaid athlete in the world right now is Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude made more money than Patrick Mahomes last year. That's a joke. So it can't stay where they are. They've demanded their way into this salary structure that's just obnoxiously overpaid. They just and I know that everyone comes back and Daniel loves this. It's the whatever you can. It's capitalism. It's the supply and demand. No, it's not. It's not supply and demand. I don't know who at the end is going to take the huge loss for what the PGA golfers are making. But trust me, someone somewhere is taking a huge loss, paying hundreds of millions of dollars to the top 20 PGA Tour pros.
100%.
Huge loss. And how long are these people going to be willing to continue to take huge losses so the Scotty Schefflers and Rory McIlroys of the world are happy?
Yeah.
My guess is not long. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Charlie Woods got a really nice win yesterday, and it's easy to make fun of. And I know when he tried the U.S. Open qualifying, shot 87 one time, and you point out the difficulties, and it's hard being Tiger's kid. He was in an AJGA. Now, that is like the PGA Tour for amateur golf in this country. And this was a big event that included our guy, Miles Russell, who's one of the top amateurs in the world, has been playing at an undeniable clip as to his future success. And Charlie Woods won an AJGA national tournament yesterday that all of the top amateurs were playing in. And I think you said he's up to number 14 in the world AM rankings. Okay, that's a spot where you now become, a legitimate prospect in PGA golf. I think if you went back 10 years and looked at who was number 14 in the amateur ranks, you're going to see a guy who is currently on tour.
Did we find a name like the Harmon, right? What golfing legend had a son who was successful?
No one. I mean, I know there are father and son golfers. I know Jay Haas, Bill Haas.
Yeah.
I know Bob Tway, Kevin Tway. The point is none of those guys are dominant. Jay Haas, 1 major. Bob Tway, 1 major.
Yeah.
Their kids, no majors. Now, Bill, I think Bill Haas, I feel, is almost as good as Jay Haas.
Julius Boros, Guy Boros. But those, we're talking about
and it's
Gary Nicholas.
In fairness, there's only 6 or 8 guys who can have offspring that fit this category.
Correct.
Right? It's got to be like a Tiger kid or a Mickelson kid or a Watson kid or a Paul.
I got it.
Little Alexandra Mickelson?
No.
Oh.
Old and young Tom Morris.
It's going way back, isn't it?
That's about it.
Yeah.
Those guys won, right?
Man, old Tom Morris. They won
the Open Championship a combined 8 times. Old and young Tom Morris.
Man, I got 2 sets of buddies, and then I've got you, a third that'll be doing it soon. I got 2 sets of buddies in the next month and a half going to Scotland for the golf trips.
Yeah.
Oh, a little jealousy there, man. I think I'm going to die. I think I'm going to die not having made a Scottish golf trip.
Well, why don't you go?
Well, because I don't know. I don't know why. Because it's expensive and it's old and it's time consuming and there's a lot of things. Those are the reasons.
Expensive, yes.
Yes, I'm old.
But you have the money.
It's time consuming.
Got that bread.
You got enough to
You got that
afford it.
time.
I mean, who are we kidding?
Can
I take a 8-day trip to Europe at this stage of my life without Mrs. P? That's what it all boils down to.
Take her with you.
Well, it would have to be one of those. For the record, both of these trips I'm referring to, neither one are the plus ones going.
Well, mine is.
Well, and that's great. But most planned golf trips.
Jump in if you want.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, give me that same deal.
I don't know.
Well, yeah. Well, there you have to do. You give me the same deal. And you know
look
what?
into it.
How about this? Do you guys have it scheduled yet?
No.
Okay. Get me the same deal because I know how you back ended your deal. You
Yeah,
backroomed the thing.
Yeah,
I know the story behind it.
Old Hick.
Basically, there was a charity auction item that a friend of ours won, and then Dan found out how affordably he won it and said, "Well, gosh, I would do it too. If you tell them if you give me the same deal, I'd do it." Well, sure as sugar, they gave him the deal. So now I'm here to tell you: is it just you two
There's
couples?
Three couples.
Who's the third couple?
A buddy of mine.
Anyone I know?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you played golf with him.
Just recently?
Yeah.
Boom.
My retired
Okay.
friend.
Get him one, Dan.
Did he also get the deal?
May have.
Give me the deal, and I'm in.
Get him a deal.
Now we're going to put the friendship to the test. See, now he wants me to. And by the way, I mean, I don't want to be the guy to say it, but I don't know what kind of group goes over to play Scottish golf with 3 people.
Well,
you kind of need 4.
Kind of
don't
do.
you?
Kind of do.
He said you don't want to say it.
Here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll do.
I'm listening.
I'll get him that deal.
And then I won't.
And then he won't go. And then he won't go.
If he gets his ass to New York this summer.
Oh.
With his wife.
He's been telling you to do that for a while.
Has he told me he was going to do it? He told me he was going to do it.
Oh.
So if he takes his wife to New York this summer for a weekend, just a weekend, see a show, hang around, see a couple of the scenes, a little nice rooftop dinner,
Central Park.
I'm good. I'll be good. Then I'll get that deal for you.
Well, you're going to have to find out the deal first before I go doing all that kind of stuff. Find out if it's in play. What if Mrs. P, what if I've given Mrs. P options and we are going to do? Here's also what's happened.
Yes, sir.
Mrs. P has somehow found herself on the travel docket of going on some European cruise with her mom and our daughter and her sister.
Good.
But that's in July. How am I going to take her to New York if she's off gallivanting around Greece?
In the fall, maybe. In the fall we go.
All right.
It's just a weekend. It's a
Your
leave.
trip is great.
To leave a Friday morning and come back Sunday night.
It's a great idea here, too. The show would be better, but while we're gone, Matt Every and Murph can just do the show.
Yes.
With E, obviously.
Yes.
I'm trying to go, too.
You want to go?
Too. He wants part of that deal.
Got the GF now. You can come along. Get that game sharpened up. Play a little. E, you would like it because we can wear knickers over there.
Oh, the knickers.
Yeah, would you do that? It's a style, man.
I'd rather the kilt. I think I'd rather play the kilt than knickers.
You can wear a kilt.
I ain't doing the kilt. I'll do the knickers before
that kilt
the kilt.
seems. I got to be honest, man. It's obviously not the most masculine thing in the world to wear what looks like basically a skirt. I got to think that it'd probably be the coolest, most refreshing thing you could wear would be that.
You're talking to right?
Get the wind blowing up in there and stuff all
You're
the time.
talking to a guy who sported a wampum at a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
a couple
that's
years
fair.
ago.
And it was
loud and ugly.
Oh dear!
But I wore it.
It was beyond. Yeah.
Was that a wheel? Was that a wheel?
Yeah, it was girly.
It looked like something you would be wearing to like a transitioning appointment.
It was.
That's what it looked like. Yeah,
girl.
like you would be headed to some sort of medical facility in that thing.
You know what we got coming up, E?
Oh no,
The nasty.
Oh boy,
Is the nasty man around?
Oh no,
nasty man, stay around.
Oh man,
That's coming up next.
Gracious.
It's a fascinating little gadget. It's going to replace CDs soon, so I'll have to buy the White Album again.
What is this? It's a 1010XL.
The past is past, the future's now.
Looking for that designer engagement ring like Tacori or Viraggio? Then hear this. The only locally owned authorized dealer here for these exquisite rings is Beard's Diamonds. Beard's is your destination for the top names in bridal design. Tacori, Viraggio, Sylvie, Gabriel & Company, Gnome Carver, and more. If she's seen it on Pinterest or in a bridal magazine, Beard's has it. Exquisite, handcrafted, and made in America. So you can get her the ring of her dreams without having to go to one of those national mega chain jewelers. At Beard's, there's no big company rules, no Wall Street sales goals, no impersonal service. The non-commissioned experts at Beard's Diamonds will take their time and let you see dozens of ring styles from all the most sought-after designers. Beard's is proud to be Jacksonville's premier jeweler for nearly 45 years. We're committed to this area and promise an authentic, refined, and risk-free experience. Without markups, without pricing games, without corporate red tape getting in the way of making you happy. Beard's Diamonds, Jacksonville's diamond store. At the shops at St. John's Town Center.
All right, gang, Hickett here from my friends at Beaches Dermatology. You've heard me talk about Beaches Dermatology for quite some time now. Why? Well, there's a number of reasons why. But first off, let me remind you that May is Skin Cancer and Melanoma Awareness Month. Be aware, man. Be aware. Okay? Protect that skin from the demon sun. Listen, Florida's the sunshine state, okay? The oven is on. Put on that floppy hat, man. Put on that long sleeve dry fit. Get that sunscreen on. Whatever it takes, man. You have got to take care of yourself if you're out golfing or fishing or at your kids' games or just working outside, right? So, listen, you don't... Doctors Boudreaux, Doctors Metz, Dr. Fader, they want you to take care of your skin. But if something does show up, then go online. Go to beachesdermatology.com. Make an appointment. There are different locations to serve you. There's nobody better. It's beachesdermatology.com for your appointments. beachesdermatology.com.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We've got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with prices that don't break the bank and our wow ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing to provide you with a peace of mind. You better beat the surge and head to the all-new Beaver Toyota or Chevrolet for the car buying experience you deserve.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
The restaurant of the day is the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill. Get the 2 for you deal. Avgolimino soup, dolmades, tzatziki with a Great Greek gyro, falafel pita, or Great Greek rice bowl for just $15. The Great Greek Mediterranean Grill off 210 and St. John's Parkway.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece. Premium flooring. Take our advice. Home business. Affordable price. Driveways, pool decks, garage doors, beautiful patios, and more to explore. Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
The housing market is as busy as ever on the First Coast. And if you've moved in or moved on, make sure you have a team of trained electricians ready to help. American Electrical can make sure you're up to date electrically and maximize your living experience. Smart home automation services, home theater systems, outdoor and dock lighting, and backup generators. American Electrical can do it all. a team you can trust with highly trained technicians ensuring you have the best living experience. American-Electrical.com, a leader on the First Coast and powered by professionalism.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Your AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com.
Pacifico, discovered by accident.
Yeah, the story goes, a group of friends went down to Mexico looking for some legendary waves. They never found them. But what they did find was something even better. An unforgettable Mexican lager.
Where'd you hear that?
Tell your next great story with a friend and a delicious Pacifico Mexican lager.
Pacifico, find your own way.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save 15% on roof replacements and repairs now through May 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484. UniversalRoof.com.
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. The Jags defense have gone through some struggles. Going through 3 new defensive coordinators in 3 years has been challenging for the team and players to keep consistency. New defensive coordinator Anthony Campanile is aware of these challenges his young players have faced and has plans to bring consistency to the defensive room this fall.
Yeah, I would imagine it's challenging. The thing that I really try to focus on, our relationship with our players, my relationship with them, trying to get them to be the best possible player they can be. And I can imagine, that's hard. A lot of transition, never easy. My experience with those guys has been nothing but, they've been unbelievable. Just total pros. And they've been really, really hungry every day coming in to learn, obviously in the meeting room and out here on the field.
Anthony Campanile from OTAs. It's 80 degrees at 9:03. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm fed, feeling X-rated. It's Mr. Nasty time. Oh, Mr. Nasty time. Mr. Nasty time.
It's time. Now, it's time for the 9 o'clock Nasty on the Drill. We're wasting time. Here are Jeff Prosser, Dan Hicken, and E.T.
We're back here as we reach the 9 o'clock hour on a custom tree surgeons Thursday. Those summer thunderstorms are going to start rolling in now. Hurricane season is here.
9:04.
It's a battle cry. And if you ever have issues on your property, tree damage or otherwise, you can trust my friends at Custom Tree Surgeons, best in the business, unbelievable honesty and integrity. You don't need something done, they'll tell you we'll come back. So you've got your friends at Custom Tree Surgeons, CustomTreeSurgeons.com.
I have I'm doing this thing on television this summer. This is my 40th year of TV. So we're gonna do a little thing on Sunday nights where we do some, just some memories and stuff like that.
Sure.
And so I was trying to grab a few old pictures.
Yeah,
and I had to grab them me. I don't know where they are. But I went and found a couple this morning.
It sounds like this is no surprise deal. You know all this is getting thrown together.
Oh, yeah.
So because I've been asked to come up with pictures. That's hard, dude. We didn't.
Yeah.
It's easier now.
Listen, dudes don't keep pictures with each other.
No.
And we don't take pictures of each other. If two dudes are working in sports in their 20s and 30s and they're at a Gator game, let me tell you what they're not doing.
Yeah, we don't.
Sneaking camera shots of each other.
Neither of us ever did that.
No. Hey, the new school dudes are doing it.
That's Freddie. Look at that black hair you got, boss. That ain't that long ago.
Look at that one. Yeah, it is. That's probably the Pittsburgh game. Is that Pittsburgh?
What's Jacksonville?
It's Jacksonville? Okay, so I bet it's in the 90s.
Fred didn't get here till 98, so it's late 90s.
Yeah.
So is that Alltel Municipal Stadium?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Look at Tom.
It looked like he coached a buff a little bit in that picture.
Tom's kind of that silk dress shirt, man.
Yeah.
Looks like
Is it denim or is it silk?
How about this one? Who's that one? You should know that.
I know the last one.
You should know that, Jeffrey.
Well, I can't. Let me borrow your reading glasses just real quick. That's Edgar.
Oh, he spotted that real quick.
Yeah,
I know.
That's Edgar. It's Dale.
Oh, Edgar Bennett.
You and Dale's eyes would meet. No, that's actually that's
Dale.
but again, I can't. Actually, his name is Dale. Isn't that Dale Jarrett?
I think that's Davey Allison.
Oh, it might be actually. Sorry.
I think that is the late Davey Allison. No,
that's Dale Jarrett.
Is Dale Jarrett?
That's Dale Jarrett in the 28. Allison must have died, or unless I'm wrong, Daytona 95. Yeah, Allison was dead by then.
Was he?
Davey Allison died in the early 90s, didn't he? Yeah, that's going to be.
Wow.
That's going to be Dale Jarrett, I bet. Let me see. 1995 28 car. We'll find this out.
All right, let's see. Yeah, you might be right. That was the car he drove, though, right?
Yeah, he passed away in 93.
Yes, Dale Jarrett. Yeah, 95 28 car driven by Dale Jarrett, driven by Robert. Yeah. See, I know that because back then we actually covered racing. I knew racing.
We went to racing.
But to Dan's point, he also knows racing because that's that 28 Haviland, which was Davey Allison.
Davey Allison was great because he always go, just real fortunate to be that Texaco Krispy Kreme Haviland Porsche, and I'd be like,
Davey Allison, by the way, was going to be a star.
Oh,
he was a young driver from a great family.
That was a terrible story. Davey Allison
was a helicopter, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had become a pilot, and it helps him get in and out of places. And I think it was at Talladega, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And it was off season. It wasn't like a race weekend.
And he was just lifting off, and it crashed, and he died.
Oh, Kobe Bryant-esque.
His daddy was a great racer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Bobby Allison, part of the Hueytown gang.
I bet you Bobby Allison is top 10 NASCAR wins.
Absolutely. I would say yes. Speaking of sons of legendary, there's a guy.
That's a different sport. Now you got a bunch of those that there are.
Different sport.
Yeah, Bobby Allison is fourth all time. He has 85 wins. Richard Petty is the king. God, I was so lucky to my introduction into NASCAR, Dan, came at a time where it was still an open garage, friendly, down-home sport. And so I really got to spend some really cool quality time with like Richard Petty. When I started covering it in the early 90s, he was still just as open. It was like you were at your uncle's house, man. And he was going to show you what he did to the car. It's just as nice as could be. Petty has 200, David Pearson 105, Gordon 93, Bobby Allison 85.
Who's current? Who's top current?
Kyle Busch has 76.
76.
Same as Dale Earnhardt.
Wow.
Ended with.
Wow.
Kevin Harvick is retired now, I believe. He has 60.
He's in the booth.
Yeah, so active would be Kyle. And Kyle Busch is about, did he just do his last year, in fact? Like Kyle Busch is getting close, I think.
Oh, I didn't think so, but he might have. Take this with a grain of salt because this comes from the same site where I read the Travis Hunter stuff earlier.
Okay. That was a dumb one. It's something where they're saying Travis Hunter, he's not serious enough. They don't like his whimsical attitude.
Yeah.
Who?
Keon Coleman reportedly showed up to voluntary OTAs looking like a completely different wide receiver than he was last year. Coleman reportedly showed up today with at least 10 more pounds of muscle than he had last year. Coleman's cuts reportedly appeared much faster than ever before, and his speed was noticeably different. Coleman reportedly ready to assume the role of wide receiver X or wide receiver 1.
Yeah, but this website is, we've already documented it.
Yes.
Horse crap.
Yeah.
It's stupid. What is it? So I know what not
NFL
to look
Rookie
at.
Watch.
There's another one called like Essential Sports. It's terrible. Some of these, I hate this new trend. We've talked about it before, where you'll read Jaguars trade blah, blah, blah. And then you go into, it's not really a trade at all. It's just they're projecting what would be a cool trade. These aren't stories, people. What has happened to the Fifth Estate, Dan Hicken?
I don't know.
And I'll give you another one. They've got this. Does this happen to you now too? You'll read a story. This rookie is on upset alert, and then you'll click, and they won't give you the information until like 8 paragraphs deep. They'll give you the 14 paragraphs of backstory to get where. Here, if you give me a headline This player will be on the move tomorrow. When I click on it in the first paragraph, it should say this player is going to be on. Hey, it's maddening. Kyle Busch has 63. Denny Hamlin, 56.
Okay.
Joey Logano, 37. Brad Keselowski, 36. Buddy, I'll give you another sport. We've talked about golf. It's going to be harder to get to big numbers. NASCAR is another. There's a lot of good racers now, and there's a lot more teams that are capable of winning every week. I think part of the reason Richard Petty won back in the day is because he had the best car by a mile. No one could keep up with him, and there were only 3 or 4 guys that were going to beat him anyway. Whereas now on a NASCAR Sunday, there's always that next guy coming, and that's not many. To be third on the NASCAR career list and only have 37?
Yeah.
And I'll give you an example. Some recent retirees. Rusty Wallace, 55. Tony Stewart, 49. Bill Elliott, 44. Mark Martin, 40. Matt Kenseth,
Mark
39.
Martin, check soda.
Yeah. Mark Martin is a Daytona dude.
Oh, you from Daytona?
I think he was, wasn't he, Dan? He was actually from Daytona. Mark Martin was not a friendly man. Didn't have much personality.
Oh, for real?
You just a down to business. Just not a friendly, open, personable guy. Fine, wasn't necessarily off-putting or rude, but just not. You could really tell back then who was, because like I said, when we were going to the garages in Daytona, late 80s, early 90s, those boys would be back there working on their car, the owner and the driver, and you will walk right up next to him with his under the hood and talk to him.
Oh, that's crazy.
They don't stop you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There was no media day. There was no nothing. It'd be like walking out to the huddle and interviewing Trevor.
That's crazy.
So it's great. And when they stopped doing that, they lost, I think, some of the charm to those of us that were covering it for the first time.
Definitely a different world now. Okay, who won the NBA World title last year?
Last year was Boston.
Boston, okay. They had, follow along here, the recipe to success. They had a superstar. That would be Jason Tatum.
Okay.
OKC has a superstar, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah.
They had a guy named Jalen Brown, Jalen Williams, right?
Yeah.
They had a defensive guy, Drew Holiday.
Okay.
Who's
Dort. Lou Dort.
And a skinny white guy, Kristaps and Chet. And they had Derek White, who's also Alex Caruso.
A little better than Caruso, but fair. Yeah, there's some similarities there.
So there's your recipe to success.
I think what's fun and what's interesting is this.
Do the Knicks have a guy named Jalen?
This team's
they do.
This team's more dominant than that Boston team was last year, as good as it was.
I know.
This team's dominant. This team is dominant like the teams that have had the most wins in NBA history. There's an early 70s Lakers and Sixers teams that both set records. They won 80 total games.
Yeah.
The Bulls, the year with Jordan won 80 total.
72-10 Bulls.
The Golden State a few years back.
71-9.
71 and 11. They won 80 total.
Oklahoma City was 67-14.
68 and 14. Yeah.
Were they?
Unless they didn't play a game, but you play 82. NHL plays 81. You play 82 in the NBA, so whatever. I'm 68 and 14, I think was their record. Same thing either way. 14 losses is an incredibly small number. I feel like we slept on them. I didn't realize they were. I knew Cleveland was having a great year. To be honest, I kind of thought they had the best record in the league.
Yeah.
I don't watch as much of the West as I do the East. That's
They averaged 120. Their differential was double digits. Okay, to give you an idea, plus 12.9 was their point differential per game.
That's the highest in NBA history.
Okay.
That's the highest in NBA history.
The Cavs won 64, so.
Yeah. No, but that points per game margin is higher than any team ever. It was like the 86 Celtics and the. So yeah, I mean they are a wagon, dude.
They lost 6 at home and 8 on the road, so they're very good on the road.
It's just, I guess it's not that we didn't know they were good. It's not that Shai Gilgeous wasn't going to be the MVP. I think one thing we didn't recognize until now is that they're not good. They're one of the best 6 or 8, perhaps, teams of all time if they finish the job.
They got to finish.
Finish the job.
Yeah, they were 16 games clear of the second seeded Houston Rockets.
That's what I mean, dude.
16
That's how much they.
Yeah.
And we weren't quite on them, I don't think.
Yeah.
That's just not quite. We weren't completely off of them. Boy, just the all the rumors are now facts. All the concrete is now set, and Alex Condon is back, and Shinyelu will be there, and Houck, by the way, is going to play the 3, and Todd Golden suddenly has a returning team that is well qualified to make a run at a repeat. There aren't many teams that can stay good enough to have a legitimate shot at a repeat. Ty Golden's Gators next year will. Mm-hmm. Will they get it? No, they won't. No, they won't. It's too hard to do. It's
hard, but it's possible.
Without Walter Clayton, as great as they were, they wouldn't have done it this year.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many games. It's great to go into a season knowing you have a chance. They should be top 3 in the country.
They're top 5 everywhere right now. 6 is the lowest.
I don't know why they
them.
wouldn't be number 1.
I don't either. I think
personally.
I do. Well, I do know because their 3 best players by almost everyone's observation were the 3 that left. So but if you're one, or look, last year they started 21, and they were in the top 10 within a month, and then they never left. I think that'll happen good. I think they have a really good team. That front card's gonna be hard to beat in college basketball, Hick.
Yeah,
they're gonna be hard to beat. They got 4 of those dudes. And by the way, he's made it official. Golden met the media yesterday, so there's a little bit of news sprinkling out. One, he's got an open path to the NBA pretty much. The buyout to go to the NBA is next to nothing. The buyout, if he took another college job, is astronomical. So he's
going to the NBA.
Yeah, he seems like he wants to, and that's fine, isn't it? I appreciate this guy's transparency.
Yeah.
On things other than sexting.
What did I tell you?
Good.
I told you
been pretty transparent other than that.
I told you the Celtics.
Yeah, he would seem to fit in line with that analytic kind of system. And there's some thought the Celtics might draft Clayton this year.
Yeah.
They pick down there at that range where he may go. So he will have a path to the NBA. And he said, look, I don't know. I might want to do that someday. I don't think he's going anywhere. He said, I expect to be a Gator for a while still. And I like the way he says it. Don't say I'm never going anywhere. But the other piece of news from a personnel standpoint is Thomas Houck is going to be the 3. The position that Will Richard played, he's playing. He's going to play that wing position. He is not going to be a front court player. He's going to be a 3 guard or a 3 forward, a small forward, big guard. So they're going to play, I would assume, those 2 transfer guards with Fland and Lee. And then Houck, Chinyelu, and Condon with Handlockton off the bench, with Isaiah and A.J. Brown off the bench, with Klavjar off the bench. And with 2 top 50 recruits off the bench. It should be a really, really dynamic team. And when the polls come out, to your point, they're going to be top 5 everywhere.
I will take a break. We'll keep it rolling. 9 o'clock nasty. Still plenty to do right here on The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. There's a magic in live radio that crackles with life and energy.
Let's go home!
Your home for live play-by-play is 1010XL.
Are you ready to step up to luxury?
Check out the power of our exciting 2025 lineup, including the Lyric, IQ, Optique, and the stunning Visti.
With over 15 electric Cadillacs in stock and more on the way, it's the perfect time to trade in your Tesla and embrace luxury with a twist.
At Randy Marion, there are no tariffs. Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville, and see why our electric lineup turns heads.
Don't miss out. Drive Cadillac, electric or gas. We have both. Plus tax tag title $9.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
Prosser here. Get those boats ready for the Dailies Old School Kingfish Shootout presented by Yellowfin. It's Saturday, June 14th in St. Augustine. The entry fee, only $250 if you register by May 31st at oldschoolkingfish.com. The grand prize, a Yellowfin bay boat worth $125,000 and with limited boundaries, no bait buying, and no checkout. It is seriously old school. That's why it's the Old School Kingfish Shootout. A reason this is one of the most popular fishing tournaments. Go to oldschoolkingfish.com.
I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and my knee was getting worse, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Yo, Jacksonville, Hicken here, and I got the game changer for you. Let's jump the shark, if you will. I've tested the field. Checkmate Coatings. They're my new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. Better play, better results. I'm telling you right now, man, you need a floor coating, beat your garage. Start there. Game changer, gang. Oh, opens up a room with endless possibilities. Patio, pool deck, driveway. Brendan's the owner, local guy, terrific dudes. He can talk floor coatings with you now. Call Brendan directly. He'll talk straight to you. His true Jacksonville crews keep prices low with no massive overhead. I'm telling you, man, Checkmate Coatings. You got to check them out. Slam dunk those floors of yours. Checkmate Coatings. It's your floor's missing piece.
Listen all day as 1010XL gives you news, notes, and analysis of organized team activities as they get ready for the upcoming season. Our coverage of OTAs is hoisted by Heroes Lawn Care and Hurricane Grill and Wings.
Get the real story from people who know the beautiful game best. The Coaches Show, presented by Sporting Jacks with Cole Pepper, Sporting Jacks head of soccer Mark Warburton, and Sporting Jacks women's coach Stacy Ballum. Tuesday nights at 6
on 1010 a.m.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal. Pretty nice weather we're having, huh?
You think this is nice?
I mean, it's sunny, warm. We do live in Florida.
It's not all upside, Jason. Warm weather comes, so all the cool people hit the beach. My old air conditioner craps out, so it's 1,000 degrees inside, and I'm stuck on a video call in my underpants trying not to sweat through my...
Wait. Put these sunglasses on.
I'm not going to put on your...
Whoa. The air conditioning experts at Bueller Air and Plumbing can keep your home office cool and comfortable all summer long. You look good in your meeting, impress the big guy with your cool confidence, maybe finally make assistant deputy regional manager.
Wow, air conditioning can do that?
Life moves pretty fast. If you spend all summer worried the weather is going to be too nice, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
What? All the budget has to be used now? And we can use all the media buy?
Javier's marketing firm just got its dream funding.
Okay, ideas. Bobbleheads. No. T-shirt cannon. I seriously need some help here.
He needs to find marketing managers who are worth every dollar.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsoring a job on Indeed gives it a visibility boost so you can hire faster. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. Did you know that mosquito bites could lead to heartworm for your dog or cat? When mosquitoes show up, pet parents want them gone. Terminix takes mosquitoes down fast, just like they did at my house for our pup. Terminix knows that pets are part of the family. They do what it takes to help protect them. When mosquitoes show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a mosquito problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TerMinix.com.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass. He told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm Mac with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Gang, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matty is, but we both want to know, have you done your last will? Man, Dan, I don't know why you bring that up. That's depressing. No, it's not. Something you got to take care of, something you want to do because you work hard for your money. You want to get the money to the people that you choose. Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Right? You want to have as much money as you can for your loved ones. Matt Hinson will listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He'll provide you info needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. Real easy to get a hold of Matty. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
You've got a lot on your plate. The last thing you need is car trouble. At Maxie's Mechanics, we help you keep your cars, trucks, and SUVs running safely. Visit MaxieAutoRepair.com today for honest service, reliable repairs, and peace of mind for you and your family.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
right, welcome back. It's 9 o'clock. Nasty time.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
It'll happen a lot.
I got a quick question for y'all.
What you got?
Billy Napier or Trevor Lawrence? Like, this next season, who?
More pressure?
Yeah.
Napier, because if Napier went belly up, there'd be a big problem. Trevor's going to be here.
Trevor's better than Napier. I mean, so it's going to be easier for him.
Trevor's better at what he does than Napier?
Yes. Not even close.
Interesting. It's a good question, E. It's a
You say
we'll see.
if Napier goes belly up, then Trevor's going to be here. But if God
Trevor's
forbid,
not going belly up.
Right.
Trevor's not going to go belly
Not
up.
going belly up. The worst.
Trevor may not.
If Trevor has a terrible year, he'll have 21 touchdowns and 12 picks.
Right. Which is
terrible.
Yeah, I can deal with
Right.
that.
It's just average.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
I can't deal with that.
Yeah, it's just average. He
None
won't
of
have
that
that. He'll be
trash.
better than
Right.
that. None of us think he's going to do that. So, I mean, I get the point, but, we may as well say if Shea Gilgeous goes belly up in the finals, what happens?
Right.
I mean, some things just, like it could happen for Napier without Lagway. I'm not saying it will. He's still got a lot of talent.
Right.
But it could.
Yeah.
Whereas, if Trevor's healthy, I mean, there's no way he's going to not going to have a better year. I don't think. I mean, it would seem impossible coming off of his worst, well, maybe not worse, but a down year a year ago. So,
well, Trevor does have a worse record than Billy Napier.
yeah, but still, I mean, Napier's way overmatched. One has been, one won a college championship and the other can't win a division. So there you go. At that same level of football, there was certainly a big difference. I have a question for you.
I don't think Billy Napier's quote way overmatched though. I don't think he hasn't done near enough. He's a 500. He's 19-19 at Florida.
I can't. That's terrible.
Yeah.
And I can't get past the game day stuff, dude. I'm gonna have a good clean year of that in addition to everything else. But 19-19 at a school that won 3 natties in the previous 20 is just awful.
Yeah.
If we have an 8th different champion next year, who will it be?
And
so
what?
to remind everyone, Toronto, Boston, Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Golden State, Denver
are all eliminated.
Lakers. These are the last 6, and now the 7th one, Oklahoma City, will be different. So this will be our 7th consecutive. I was just trying to X out the ones that can't be.
Right.
Is Oklahoma City so good that they'll end that streak next year?
Yeah, they very much could. But here's the neat thing about the NBA, whether you like or don't like it, I don't know if it's good or not good
I feel
for
like
the
there's
association.
4 teams I can make an argument
There's
for.
a lot of teams. I think there's a lot of teams.
The Knicks,
the
Pistons,
the Pacers,
the Pistons.
If they don't win it,
yeah, the Pistons, the Cavs.
What about
Minnesota with Ant?
What about a team like Dallas? If Cooper Flagg's as good as they say, what if Cooper Flagg is a stud and AD and Kyrie are healthy?
Houston is on the rise. San Antonio gets a full year with De'Aaron Fox and Wemby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and by the way, where's Giannis going?
Right.
What if Giannis goes to San Antonio?
And Durant's going to leave by all accounts too. He'll end up somewhere. I don't know if he's the difference maker. Giannis will be, but I do think he can help a team if it's the right spot. Point being, we've already set an NBA record. It's the 7 different champions in a row is a record. It's the most ever. In sequential order, being different titles. We could have 8. I think there are some. To your point, Indiana, if they don't win, or Oklahoma City, if they don't win, or the Knicks, if they don't win. The Pistons are an intriguing team. Anthony Edwards, if they'll give that man help and get him a legitimate second star. Minnesota has gone to the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. They would be a contender. There's quite a few. Would you say, obviously you would take the 7 against the field.
Yeah.
And part of the reason is because among the 7 are some of the teams that remain still favorites. Like Golden State, a full year with Steph and Jimmy Butler, they're going to get love. Boston is going to get love. The Lakers, assuming LeBron is back, I assume he is, with Luka, they're going to get love. And those are all teams that have won in the last 7 years.
It's not a great year for free agency.
Yeah, I looked at it. Almost everyone can be kept by their team. They're either restricted or there's some sort of addendum attached to them.
Yeah. Maybe this is the time the Knicks finally get LeBron.
You know how fast opinions can change?
Yes, sir.
I asked you the question earlier. If you had to bet right now, would Charlie Woods win a PGA Tour event? I said, I think I'd weigh in on the side that he would. And I had a Guggen remind me that he texted me like 2 months ago and asked me, would Charlie Woods ever win a junior event? And I told him no.
Yeah.
So that's and then again, I told you we were asleep on Oklahoma City. I had a guy call in among the many things that I said. He said, hey, Prosper, you weren't asleep on him 2 months ago. You told everyone bet Oklahoma City the long game to win the title. But I'm not saying we were sleeping on Oklahoma City as a good team. I probably overemphasized that. We were sleeping on Golden State as being one of the best, like best teams of all time. That's what I meant by sleeping on them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, they're the top seed. We knew they were good. But from the standpoint of, I didn't realize that if they finish this off, they're going to fall into that category of those elite, there's only been a handful of teams win 80 games in a year when you combine playoffs and regular season, and Oklahoma City became one of those teams with their win last night. They're winning every series emphatically. They're winning the closeout games by 30-plus points. They are a steamroller right now. We'll see if the East can offer resistance, I guess.
I was looking at this as we get ready for the Stanley Cup Finals. Edmonton still has a little work to do. In the last 6 years, a team from Florida has reached the Stanley Cup Finals 6 times and won 3 cups.
Tampa 2 and Florida 1, huh?
Yeah, Florida is about to
go again and win again, probably, right? Will they be the favorite? Edmonton's good.
Edmonton's good. In the last
you guys pull for Edmonton because of your...
Justin. In the last 32 years, no team from Canada has won the Stanley Cup. 32 years.
That's amazing. It'll be 33.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Edmonton's in it. Never mind. Yeah. I guess. Go Edmonton. Go get Canada one.
Yeah.
Although, as you know, sharing a province with my rival, my passion burns ice hot for the Calgary Flames.
Yes.
I don't know if I can root for Edmonton being the arch nemesis, the cross province rival of the Calgary. Right? Calgary and Edmonton are both in Alberta, aren't they?
Calgary.
Sure.
By the way.
Yeah.
Say it correctly.
I'm waiting on that distressed Calgary Flames t-shirt to arrive. I ordered offline. So that's one of those I got stymied with. I never sent it.
Let's take a break. We'll come back, make the turn for home. This is The Drill on 1010 XL 92.5 FM. I'm smelling New York City headlines. What say you?
I'm smelling them headlines.
They smell them?
They smell kind of...
And they are terrific
sour
today.
and foul.
I
I'm not going to lie.
Oh, they're foul.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The home of the home team you grew up with.
You could not stop Jimmy Smith now. For 4 or 5 years in this league.
Looking for Jimmy in the end zone.
Please play him one-on-one.
Jaguars, pride forever. 1010 XL.
Jacksonville, Kia on Atlantic is open for business and the place to be this Friday. Taylor Dahl here from Helmets and Heels. Come see us broadcast from noon to 2 on Friday. Talking cars and incredible prizes. The first person to arrive in your own Kia during the live show wins a free set of tires. You could score club seats to a Jaguars game with a parking pass or tickets to see live and Collective Soul at Daly's Place. And they're giving away 2 free oil changes and 2 alignments. Off Atlantic near Kernan, noon to 2 at the new Kia on Atlantic.
Mike Dempsey. And now's the time to get your roof hurricane ready with Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacks Beach. Look, our rainy season is no joke, and if your roof's got damage, leaks, or it's just plain worn out, don't wait. Apex is local, dependable, and will show up on time using only premium materials with ironclad warranties. No shortcuts, no stress, just quality work you can trust. Skip the storm season scramble. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacks Beach or visit apexroofingfl.com.
Plumbing problems? AC not blowing? Septic tank doing whatever septic tanks do? Don't call 3 different companies and play contractor roulette. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. Waddle over to duckduckrooter.com. When you're stuck, call the duck.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Zero Res, man. Listen, I love Zero Res. The cleaning freaks come out to your house, man. They do a bang-up job. Great job. Make it look better, smell better, feel better. They can handle anything you throw at them. Throw them a surface. They'll knock it out of the park. Carpets, tile and grout, hardwood, laminate, stone, upholstery, rugs. They'll do it all. Of course, air duct cleaning, as good as anybody. Don't believe me? Check out the raving customer reviews. More than 8,000 of them on Google rating. You'll see what the hype is all about. We're calling it Mayhem. Mayhem, and you get Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet air duct cleaner with the Mayhem special. 3 rooms starting at $149, plus the 4th room is free. Take 20% off the air duct cleaning as well. Call Zero Res, 287-5727. Go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell me you want the 1010XL drill special. Zero Res, spell it forward. Zero Res, spell it backwards. the right way to clean.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
He thinks he knows what he's talking about.
Of course.
Find out if he does.
Is there anything else we need to know?
Catch CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco every Friday afternoon on The Franchi Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
From humble origins on Beach Boulevard to the grandeur of the old homestead, Takaloo has bucked the odds, selling cheap tacos and even cheaper beers since 2008. I'll be the first to lament that nothing is cheap anymore, but much has not changed in 17 years. Bangin' Shrimp still rocks, margaritas flow day and night, and we love to see old friends and make new friends every day. You can still spin the wheel or sit outside on the patio in the sun with friends and family. It's been a ton of fun, and we have you, Jacksonville, to thank for 17 years. Takaloo in Jacksonville Beach.
Rotator cuff injuries are common among athletes and those who have physically demanding careers. Don't let this injury keep you away from the sport you love. Dr. George Barry here, and the first thing you need to do with a serious shoulder injury is to diagnose where the damage is and how significant it is. Rotator cuff tears are either acute tears sustained during an injury or accident, or degenerative tears. If you're interested in learning more about rotator cuff repair and how our expert team of orthopedic surgeons can help you, call Barry Orthopedics today or visit barryorthopedics.com.
When it comes to towing products, your safety is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Are you struggling with hair loss? At IHRS, we understand because we've been there too. We're dedicated to finding the best solution tailored just for you.
My hair looks great. It was thinning, and IHRS restored my hair.
It's now fuller, it's thicker, voluminous. It's made me feel great.
With the latest technology and FDA-approved laser therapy, PRP, and non-surgical hair addition, we offer guaranteed solutions for men and women. With over 35 years of experience, IHRS found a hair restoration for us, and we can find one for you.
For me.
For me.
And me too.
Visit hairforme.com or call 904-777-IHRS. Get a free microscopic analysis and get to the root of your problem. This $395 analysis is yours for free. Call 904-777-4477 now.
Ackerman Urology has 4 convenient locations providing advanced urological care to improve men's health and sexual vitality. Don't suffer through prostate, bladder, or kidney issues. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
1010XL is presented by Barra & Barra, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
See, this is what happens when we start talking about Napier, and I know people, and listen, again, I agree, he's got to be, I've heard this comparison, and I kind of think there might be some truth to it. Like, we got to find out if Billy Napier's Mike White.
Or Chiswick.
Gene
Chiswick is the one to me. With Cam, he won an ad.
But I can't accept this line.
Okay.
Billy lucked into a good quarterback.
No, he
Do you know how hard it was to get DJ Lagway to come to Florida?
You get credit for going and getting him 100%. I'll give Billy Napier plenty of credit.
And then the Guggen says, same thing with Norvell and Jordan. No, it wasn't.
No.
He was already there.
That's right.
So that part of it.
Now,
and again,
Norvell did somewhat luck into Jordan Travis only because he was there already. And
but have we not seen the list of mock drafts that have at different mock drafts? And again, it may not be true.
In the top
4
5.
different guys.
Yeah.
No, 4 different Gators drafted in the first round. Those guys are also Billy Napier products.
Well, and that by the way, ages horribly if it's another 7 and 5.
Correct.
That's the problem. If you
Correct.
have that kind of talent,
then we can start talking.
That's right.
Yeah.
And again, the one thing too that's been glaring is that the in-game mistakes drive people nuts, man. And those that they've been so
blatant,
obvious and blatant, right, that it's putting behind the 8 ball in the court of public opinion. But I do feel this. It's such a harsh start, Dan, that they could go 10-2 and make the playoff this year, and he's always going to be one. I'll give you another one, Mike Dubose.
Yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah.
I mean, he had 11-1 years there, but you feel like the first sign of although Strickland's a different cat. Who knows?
Strickland.
And I don't think it behooves Florida to continue the momentum. But I'll give you this too, Dan. I mean, I'm looking. I'm not following it, but I feel like every day I look at this program or that one, just getting these Mondo commitments and recruits, and we are not even playing the recruiting game right now. Like, we're not even in the game. We're 80th.
Very particular. It takes time.
I guess. I know. I got
when it ends, he'll be in the top 10.
I have a hard time. I get it. Top 10's not enough. James Franklin goes 7th every year. You got to be 5th or 3rd.
It is enough if you have DJ Lagway.
For now, yeah.
But it's not. Well, if you
beyond that,
after that, you get another DJ Lagway.
Well, that's
obviously have to be his recipe for success.
Right, and it's not easy. I mean, George's winning all these titles. They haven't found their first DJ Lagway yet.
Well, or they bring them in and they don't turn out. So you don't know. It's just tough. And we'll see. We'll see. It's obviously a huge year, and this is brought about because he had a real thought-provoking question about who's under more pressure this year, Trevor Lawrence or Billy Napier. Totally two different things, but a good question because. If it goes bad for Billy, there's more of a chance it's going to go bad for Billy Napier than it is for Trevor Lawrence. And now Trevor Lawrence can be on a team though that looks up and finds themselves 6-11.
Well, that'll be his fault.
You
can't go 6.
That's a possibility.
I don't. Yeah,
that's a possibility.
So, I don't. If they go 6-11, then we need a new quarterback.
Well, unless he has
this
a year
team's
like
too good. The schedule's too easy.
If he has a year like Joe Burrow.
I don't.
But he didn't go 6-11 though.
Yeah, he didn't go 6-11. They barely missed the playoffs.
Okay,
true. You can't have a year like Joe Burrow or
0-3, right?
Baker Mayfield,
they started
and not be close to 500. And if he does that, obviously the answer will be something else is the problem.
Yeah.
He the Bengals last year. Remember they were
0-3.
So were they 0-3?
Did they start out 0-3?
Definitely 0-2. They were definitely in the 0-2.
0-3 and 1-4. They were 1-4. They lost to New England at home, which is inexcusable. At Kansas City by a point,
Washington
that's fine.
At home.
Lost to Washington at home by 5. Beat Carolina, then lost to Baltimore at home in overtime, 41-38, man. And then they beat the Giants in Cleveland. Then they got thumped by Philly. Then they beat Vegas, and they were fine. But then they lost 3 in a row, Baltimore, the Chargers, and Pittsburgh, and that's what killed them because they won 5 to end it to go 9-8.
Yeah, you got to win one of those games. You probably get
one of those games you're in,
and you shouldn't have those 3. That's bad. I wonder what the numbers were in those games. What were the? Are you looking at the scores there? Are they getting?
They lost to Baltimore 35-34.
Okay, and then
they lost to the Chargers 34-27, and they lost to Pittsburgh 44-38. You can't let the Steelers score 44.
You can't let the Chargers score 34. Yeah. Those aren't great offensive teams. Even the Ravens, I don't know if they were getting 35 a game. Yeah, their defense was awful. So the one great player they have on defense, let's alienate him.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like you would pay him and cut the rest of them and just try your luck at undrafted free agents the way they play.
Who did the Bengals draft?
They got who did they
in the first round? I hope it was on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I don't even recall. Did they have a first round pick for sure? I don't recall Cincinnati drafted. I don't remember them in the mock conversation.
Shamar Stewart.
Yeah, the D lineman from Texas A&M.
They went defense.
Yeah, they need to.
They did go defense.
Are we New York City headlining, you said?
Oh yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, we're gonna get it in. We're gonna have to get it in.
All right, let's do it.
These are actual headlines because we can't make this nastiness up.
Breaking Vlad. President Trump gives Putin deadline to prove he's serious about ending war in Ukraine.
The world would be such a better place if Vladimir Putin disappeared off the face of it. More than any other person in the entire globe, if the world lost Putin, it would be a much better place.
The insane salary disgraced Harvard dishonesty professor was earning before she was fired, lost tenure.
Yeah.
$1 million a year.
One thing I do take all the money from these Ivy League schools. I mean, they're so pretentious. And
NFL star quarterback quarterback's wife details her plastic surgery mommy makeover.
That's just what I want to know. How the rich are staying hot. Yeah. Who? Oh, we don't know. It's just headlines.
Well, I can tell you.
Who's
Stafford?
Stafford.
Oh,
No,
of course it's her.
Feel that muscle. Jacked Todd Crisley flexes new physique as he heads home from prison with daughter after Trump pardon.
Yeah, he's spent about a year in prison. There's been some physique differences for sure. He's
a lot
really,
of push-ups.
Yeah. By the way, I just watching that dude on the show. I think he may have enjoyed prison.
Oh dear.
I'm just saying.
Timeless icon. Baywatch bombshell 57 looks better than ever in her iconic 90s swimsuit.
Who is it? Is it the game show hostess girl? Is it Brooke, whatever?
That's Donna D'Erico.
Okay, Donna D'Erico, yeah. There's one of them, Brooke, whatever her name is. She does one of the game shows.
Best in class, Burger King employee who worked last-minute shift in graduation clothes after his high school ceremony gets $22,000 in donations.
Good for him. Is Burger King currently a sponsor here on 1010XL?
Negative.
In no way, shape, or form at all?
I don't know. Let's move on.
Yeah. I remember when Burger King used to be good.
Former Jets star suing NFL agent for nearly $1 million.
Those are agents.
Keyshawn.
Okay. Keyshawn?
Yeah.
In other words, in other news, Keyshawn somehow's out of money.
Just throw him the ball.
Passport to prison. Canadian traveler attacked Miami airport TSA agents in wild scene. Newly released video.
There are a lot of people that think that they can throw fists and not get in trouble. It's amazing.
OnlyFans model gets paid millions for being tall, but spends $5,000 a month to maintain this one body part. Everyone fantasizes about them.
Mine can go a lot of places with that headline.
I think it might be your feet.
I might join.
Yeah, I think so too. By the way, $5,000 a month is nothing if you're making millions.
Yeah.
That OnlyFans, again, everybody in America today wants to make money without doing anything, and y'all are having a hell of a battle trying.
Crypto king who allegedly kidnapped Bitcoin millionaire left trail of debts before landing in NYC, becoming big spending club fixture.
E.T., I'm told they mine crypto. Can you tell me how you mine Bitcoin? I need to do some mining.
Yeah, you and me both, brother.
What is that?
Pair of hammer-wielding masked crooks steal thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards from 2 stores.
That'll be
Man,
Pokemon.
I tell you what, if I'm going down for armed robbery, I ain't going to be stealing Pokemon cards. That's all I'm saying.
Those get expensive.
I'm going somewhere above Pokemon.
Billion-dollar baby. Justin Bieber shares very handsy photos with Haley to celebrate her $1 billion road deal.
I don't.
And out of the Sunshine State, unhinged Florida mom accused of stabbing daughter, 12, in face, neck before leaving bloody girl under brush.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, at least she left her hidden.
Yeah.
Florida man, Florida mom, 2 characters that you just, be careful when you come across
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Because there are some Florida moms out there that, well, there you go. Who stabs their own 12-year-old daughter? I don't care what kind of monster your daughter may be. I don't even know what the backstory is. I don't know what the girl could have done. She's 12. I don't know. Grab her by the arms maybe for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all see the one mom? It was like some in traffic where they were at a red light and the car behind the lady, she was honking at her, and the lady she got out of her car. She went and stood in front of the car, pulled her pants down and defecated right on the car, pulled her pants back up, outright in the car like it was nothing.
Again,
it was crazy.
America has turned into just one big, nasty, awful drag of society trailer park. and not the nice manufactured home neighborhoods that you live in. I ain't against living in a trailer park, whatever. To each his own. This ain't a financial statement. This is a character statement. What are we doing? Hey. We're like a bunch of carnies running around, dude. America's become the carnival.
By the way, one more thing.
Dylan, computer, totally shut down when I arrived this morning. I mean, what are we doing? It was on last night.
By the way,
totally shut
maybe
down
there's a timer on it or something.
Before we go, one last thing.
You know.
Just an update. You understand I told you about
probably not.
The thing I ordered online of the Gator.
The Crown Royal.
Yeah. Commemorating their national championship. Yeah, I told you.
It was little, but it was small, right?
Yeah, it was a little tiny.
But you were worried it was a scam.
Yeah, and I finally got it. Right. Well, I got a text from an unnamed friend. Did the same thing. He goes, it finally arrived. They arrived like months later. And everybody's amazed. Because on the picture, they're like this big. And I'm holding my hands up about a foot long. They're like this. They're like little shot glasses.
I've never known what to do. Like when you order that, are you supposed to drink the
No, you pour the brown water in there. It comes without brown water.
Oh, okay. So
And then
you
you
pour, and then
yeah.
so you do use it. Then it's not just like a trophy.
So I went and bought my buddy a bottle of, and I saw this on the Kentucky Derby. I'm not a brown water expert, but Woodford.
Yeah, that's good. Woodford Reserve.
Yeah, I went and got him a bottle of that.
That's
to
pretty
put
good.
into there.
I still have when Florida won the national title in 1996.
Coke?
Dan,
Coke
a
bottle?
little Coke bottle. Do you have that one at home?
I don't know.
It's one little Coke bottle, a little 7-ounce Coke bottle.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
underneath my bathroom sink. It's probably been there for 30 years. Huh? What would that taste like if you open that thing up? Huh? Is it any good still? It'd probably be it would be a damning on all of us and Coca-Cola if it is still good. That'd be a problem.
All right, get us out of here, E.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
Coolest cats in town.
Very, very excited to see Tony because I think today he's going to ship his pants. Is that correct, Tony?
It's true. Yeah, that is the theme of the show
Yes,
today.
yes.
John Shipley will be joining us. I did have the thought while you guys were closing up there. I do have a Shaquille O'Neal Pepsi somewhere from when he got
There you go.
drafted by the Magic.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I have that.
Those worth anything? Or
yeah,
just
and I think I have like a Braves World Series from back then.
the older one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to have a couple of beers that were commemorative cans. That were bottles. I wonder where those are now that we're mentioning it.
Do you think Shipley's favorite show is Schitt's Creek?
My goodness, bro.
Or not?
I don't know. We can ask.
He won't. He won't
curious.
stop. He won't stop until the FCC
Hey,
comes.
finds them.
I will say this. It does beg the question: how the show ever made it to network TV? I mean, who are we
that's
kidding?
fair.
Yeah. Right?
That's
That's a fair
fair.
question. What are we doing?
It is what it is. It's just a name. I don't know why you're.
Daniel Fox.
Because we're
Mother
sophomore.
lovers.
We're juvenile. Because we giggle at stuff like that.
We
Jeff's
gotta
going to fart in a second, and I'm going to
easy
crack
now.
up.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I still, like I mentioned a couple days ago with one of the opens we played, every time I hear someone talk about Tootin', I kind of chuckle.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like the 8-year-old
Yeah.
in me is like,
Hey, Sean Tootin', rootin' Tootin'.
That's what it is.
There's no one puts a terrible cap on a bad show like us.
That's right.
Enjoy Jaguars today. You
Thank
need